the Hebrew Israelites who come out here week in and week out, prophesy the downfall of the so-called white man's kingdom, prophesy the destruction of America, and to wake up the Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, you Hispanics and Negroes, and the Hebrew Israelites who are trying to open up the eyes of the hopeful elect so that they may come into this thing so we can get out of here. First and foremost, I want to say all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Hashem HaKadosh, Barakatah, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who lead our nation, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect striving for salvation during these electrifying times. What we're gonna go in today is you can see the change of power that's going on. You have the so-called white man that's in power, and you Israelites, you're on the bottom. But as we're under these curses, bring that out, bro. Deuteronomy 28:1.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments, which I... Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And it's evident that those curses have overtaken you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Hispanic, and Seminole Indians. The Israelites, they're up under those curses. That's why you're the people that's in a low end, in a low state. You're the people that's occupying the ghetto, occupying the project housing. It's low on the totem pole. It has the lowest type of jobs and earning the lowest wages. While the so-called white man in the other nations, they've been on top. They've been on top ever since the ushering in of the Greek Empire.
If you think about it, why is it that the Arabs, the Asians, Koreans, or whoever else will come in your neighborhood and prosper amongst you, but you can't make it, they prosper, they get to colleges, and they become doctors and shit, but you can't do the same thing in the same neighborhoods. They come in, they feed you the poisons of the fast foods and the drugs and everything, and the malt liquor and cigarettes and all of that in your neighborhood, but they're able to move out and you ain't able to go nowhere because it's part of the curse like the brother's talking about.
Yeah, they're able to come in and get, tax breaks, grants, things of that nature. But Jake's, you've been over here in America, you basically built this place up, built this empire up. What do you think? You niggas still talking about reparations, man. Esau ain't gonna give you no fucking reparations, man.
Like the apostle said, reparations come to the kingdom. That's full reparations.
Reparations. Ain't no amount of fiat currency. The dollar, there ain't no real money. What's gonna make, prayer right of so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans is having the so-called white man in the other nations.
Exactly. Because the other nations, you have linked on as like the back of the caboose of the so-called white man's kingdom. So all the things that he get in this kingdom, you get. If you're not prospering and you one of the other heathen nations, then that's too bad for you. This is your turn to rule. Part of this, you got a small percentage of joint rulership in his kingdom. Go ahead, bro.
Psalm 33:1. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Now they have made a tumult. They made an agreement with the so-called white man. We're talking about the other nations. Y'all made an agreement with the so-called white man, so therefore that you can prosper in under his kingdom, under his rulership. And then and you're suppressing the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites. Like this brother was going into, they come to our neighborhood and they open up nail salons. They open up beauty supply stores, fish fries, Chinese food. They sell you all that bull, but yet they don't live in your neighborhood. They live up in the suburbs. They benefiting off of you. Like the scriptures say, the dog has licked the wounds. You are prospering off the backs of the Hebrew Israelites. Go ahead.
And it's not really
Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Right. You're playing a part like you've always played a part. The Hebrew Israelites been under slavery under all the heathen nations, all nations. So therefore, you make that tumult and you're prospering. And guess what? You got joint heirs of the curses get reversed. The curses are going to fall upon you. And so we're already seeing that. Deuteronomy 30 and 7.
Right. It's Deuteronomy 30 and 7. And the Lord thy power, Yahweh, will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Exactly.
I want to say something. Yeah, the book of Deuteronomy, basically, Moses, this is in the wilderness. Moses gave the Israelites the law, statutes, and commandments, from the Heavenly Father, all right? And he tell them, Deuteronomy 28:1, these are the blessings that you'll receive if you follow law, statutes, commandments, if you obey the Heavenly Father, all right? So verse 15 said, if you break the law, statutes, commandments, these are the curses you're gonna be under, man. All right. So all these curses, they befell us in the last 500 years. Coming in this time, but also previous empires were under the curses of the other nations. All right. The verse 68 chapter, 68 verse goes into you be carried into Egypt again with ships. So that's talking about this place, America, man. All right, look on the back of your dollar bill. There's a pyramid on the back of your dollar bill, man. America upholds all the philosophies that's done in ancient Egypt, man. That's how we know that the Israelites were carried over here, the southern kingdom. Negro tribes were carried over here in slave ships, man. Also, the northern kingdom, the Latinos and the Native Americans, you came way before us over here in this land, but you suffered the same affliction that the southern kingdom, the Negroes, man.
Can I make a point real quick to show you that this is spiritually Egypt? When Esau being the modern day Pharaoh, the elder Yashawamba, he had just put up a video on this. One of the ways you can tell is how you go back to the ancient Egyptian captivity. What made the ancient Egyptian empire flourish economically and socially? They exploited the free slave labor of the Hebrew slaves. They capitalized off of it. They made good. They needed, with all that wealth that they had, with all the resources that came from that fertile land, they needed somebody to distribute it. And Egypt sitting right there on the Nile River, that was a major trade route. So they had commerce. America, forward thousands of years later into the American captivity, they brought us over here. We served captivity and all these different resources that they stole that was already on this land. They used us to redistribute it so that they can get and so they can exploit our free slave labor so they can get rich. And that's why America flourishes, man. That's why you have Wall Street. That's why you have Jake talking about reparations, because they never got compensated on the free slave labor that they generated throughout these centuries. So it's nothing new under the sun. We made Egypt great, and we made America great, man. But Egypt wasn't great to us, and America wasn't great to us.
This is our slavery. This is our slavery. You're not going to get any reparations. See, the Chinese got reparations for building the railroad. The so-called those fake Jews for the Holocaust, they get their reparations for what happened in the so-called Holocaust, which is a bunch of bullshit. But you, Jakes, you're not going to get no reparations because you're here for a slavery term. You're here under subjection.
They claim that the Native Americans got it, but how did they claim that they did it? Casinos, by other white Indians, so to speak, the ones that took on the Americans.
Find out
Right? That's how they claim that they gave them their labor back. But no, they didn't. You ain't got it either, man. That's why you're on the shittiest parts of the land. That's why the reservations half the time don't have running water, don't have adequate housing. You can build your own shit over there. That's a ghetto. Real mess. It's a ghetto version of a ghetto. Isolated ghetto.
Then they turn around and try to tax it on your own land. You own that land. So get Lamentations 4, start at verse 22. Because even though we're not going to get our reparations, the full reparation, which is the kingdom of heaven for the Israelites, is on its way. And with that happening, it's the change of what? Change of the curses being lifted off the Israelites and going on to the other nations. You're going to suffer, and you're starting to suffer right now. You got it?
Lamentations 4 and 21. 4 and 20, the breath of our nostrils, the anointed of the Lord Yahweh was taken in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen.
Right, which we did, which we still do. Go ahead.
Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, and that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
And it's going to pass under not just to you, Edom, but the brother read in Psalms 83, those who made a atonement with him. Those who made a atonement with Esau, it's gonna that cup of slavery, that cup of the curses is gonna pass unto you too. Go ahead.
The cup shall also pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked.
And the Most High is making you naked right now. The skirt is being lifted up on the so-called white man, and all the world is seeing what you are for who you are. You're the wicked on the planet Earth. Go ahead.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
So we're coming to the end of this thing. Our punishment is coming to an end, which the Most High is ready to deliver the elect, judge the 2/3, and judge the other nations, and then give us our kingdom, which was promised to us. Right. And then you're gonna have the fullness of the curses is gonna be transferred onto you. And then everything that you have done to the Hebrew Israelites will be done double unto you. Go ahead.
O daughter of Zion, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity. O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sin.
Right. And when you get visited, the scriptures tell you that the Most High is going to bring judgment on you by the hands of his people of Israel. So, hey, brother, go ahead.
This is the book of Lamentations.
What's Pangea?
We know what that is.
I told you split the sea.
Most of Lamentations, chapter 1 and verse 21. It says, they have heard that I sighed, there is none to comfort me. All mine enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. Let all the wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me for all my transgressions. For my sighs are pity, and my heart is faint.
It's going to be done unto you the way you've done to the Israelites. The Most High is going to put, and here's the thing, you're not just going to receive the curses, it's going to be joyful for the Israelites. The Most High is going to put a spirit on the nation of Israel to give you double punishment than what we receive. And then at the same time, our kingdom is going to be way more blessed than your kingdom was. Because your kingdom, people suffer in your kingdom. You put hell on people, you run a corrupt, you're full of corrupt, because why? Because you're the wicked on the earth, and everywhere you go, wickedness follows, like it said in Malachi, the 1st chapter. Border of wickedness, right? Border of wickedness. I got a quick one about that. Go ahead.
How did Moses split the sea?
My man, we're not dealing with that. We're going into something right now. You don't
trying to show y'all love. Telephone, television, telecommunications.
That's exactly why I didn't answer your question, because you're being rude and you ain't being sincere.
I'm just
Go ahead, Shaquat.
The correct way to
Go ahead,
talk is
Shaquat.
all biblical verses and chapters. Anything else is curses. You gotta speak in tongues.
ain't no verses and chapters.
Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2.
Not today, brother.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Right, so what state are people in right now? Are people rejoicing? Are people happy? Are people living it up in a life of luxury? You got people out there that saying, hey, yeah, you should do that. YOLO, you only live once. But you're mourning. You're in a mourning state. The people on the planet Earth as a whole are in a mourning state. Why? Because the wicked is ruling. And the wicked is ruling, there's no righteousness to go around the earth because he's spreading nothing but a wicked vibration.
I was just saying, they talk about that living your best life also.
Right.
This ain't it. This ain't the best life. The kingdom of heaven is going to be our best life. This is so-called white man, also known as the devil and Satan. It's his best life right now. Okay, the most wickedest time ever in history. Right?
This is heaven.
This is his version of heaven.
Because when the so-called white man started with you wicked elites, when you eat, whatever you eat was killed that day and cooked that day. While you jakes, you eating leftovers for 2 or 3 days. You trying your best to struggle to try to keep lights on, to make ends meet. It's hard for you, but it ain't hard for the so-called white man. They got stuff technology that we don't even know about. So you living it up and you living your best life, and you other nations are supposed to be as well, but that's about to be done. That's coming to a full end. And when it comes to an end, and them curses jump on you, matter of fact, you got it, bro? 28,
It's like Michael say, yeah, it's more white people. But we're gearing our message towards the elites. Pretty much.
That's the standard
they're
of
elite Edomites.
Right.
You elite Edomites, you're just fucked all the way up. You fucked over your own nation.
Yep. It's the standard of measure is not the average white man that works in it's the elite.
Yeah.
That was a really quick point. Some of those elites have 15, 20 bedroom houses, 8 people living in. But two people living in, right? We got 1 bedroom apartments with 8 people living in and more. That's the difference. And I know you Jakes understand that. Because if it ain't you know somebody or you once did that. Okay? They got big ass houses that they can't visit every room in a week. Okay?
the ones who visit the room is their maids.
Right.
Going to dust. Exactly. Go ahead, Ike. This is what the brother's about to read. Part of the curses that we as a nation are under. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly.
That makes us spiritually can't get right. No matter what we do, shit ain't gonna be right under these curses. Because we didn't follow what the Heavenly Father said. That's coming on to you nations. But guess who's gonna be the one that corrects you? It's gonna be us. Right. Just like at the end, that's why our people gravitate to you white people, man. To you Edomites. They gravitate to you because once you say what it is, then they'll believe it. It's gonna be that way with us.
Yeah, like the script says, it says when a rich man speaking, they stole it unto the clouds, man. Because they see you in a position of power. So our people like, oh snap, well, if they can do it, no matter how wicked it is, our people feel like they can prosper in it, man.
Right, because he set himself up like as he's like the Most High. All the so-called white man does is puts himself in a power position. You're the level of excellency that you place on the earth. You're looked at as, you put yourself as the image of the angels, the image of the Lord, image of the Most High. So people in the world look at you as if this is the standard. This is who we're supposed to listen to.
The standard of righteousness.
Right, the standard of righteousness. But you do nothing but wickedness. And the people don't even look at what you do, they just look at who you are. And you make it that way. Hey, you're looked at as what? The standard of beauty. The hunk of the world is the so-called white man. Blue eyes and blonde hair. Same with the woman. The skinny toothpick, no curves, no attraction, pale white woman is all your beauty. But the Most High is changing that. Because if I'm not mistaken, his past year, all the beauty pageants were taken by Israelites. Because that's the true beauty. It's the Hebrew Israelites. We're the salt of the earth. We're the flavor. The standard of beauty is us, and you know that, and you purposely been doing that. Why? Because you know that you're not. But since you're in the kingdom, you can put it in there and make it seem like that it's you.
But what do? They turn around and get butt implants, breast implants, tanning, and all of that.
What's that shit? Collagen?
Collagen
And lips?
Well, we trying to look like you trying to look like us.
Right. And some of you jakes out there doing dumb stuff. What you doing? You over there bleaching your skin to try, because he done told you that that's what the attraction is. But why he's over there trying to get melanin injections? He's trying to, like the brother said, get tanning. You over there trying to make your skin look like our skin. Because the scriptures say, get Isaiah 29 and 16.
Yeah, everything's turned upside down.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's minds, especially our people, man, they're just totally warped. And they don't think logically. You know, that's all because of so-called white men spreading this lie and deceit. You know, all over the poison people's minds. You know?
Isaiah 29 and 16, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the word say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he have no understanding?
Right, the Most High got clear understanding. He know what he's doing. It's you playing like you the Most High, like the scripture say in Isaiah, you lifted yourself up to as if you are the Most High. Go ahead.
It's 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. Let's start at 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, but that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. And that man of sin be revealed.
You're being revealed. The Most High has got his mouthpiece on the streets, teaching week in and week out, exposing you, bringing it out. You're being revealed. You're being revealed of the wicked. Go ahead.
The son of perdition, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of Yahweh, showing himself that he is a power.
Right, which you're not. You're just been given a certain amount of time to rule, an aeon. That's what you've been placed in this position to have, and you let it go to your head. You got proud. The scriptures say pride goes before a fall, and you're falling. Go back to where you were, bro. Deuteronomy, unless you have something. Okay, go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28:20. The Lord shall send upon thee curse, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thine head unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quick, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
Keep going.
The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land.
Which we've suffered those pestilences. The Hebrew Israelites have suffered those curses, they suffered those pestilences. The theme of camp today is how these are going to be reversed and put on the heathens. Go ahead.
Until thou be consumed, until he had consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption and with the fever.
It's like, look that word consumption. Go ahead, bro.
The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption and with a fever and with an inflammation and with an extreme burning and with the sword and with blasting and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish.
Come. You got it, bro?
It is the interlinear.
Mind you, keep in mind that these curses that we've suffered, now they're going to be switched over to the heathens, and you're going to suffer these same curses.
It's Deuteronomy 28:22. The word consumption, 878:29, says, shakafeh. It says consumption, wasting disease, a wasting disease of the lungs.
Wasting disease of the lungs. So what brings it to mind right now that's on the earth that people are suffering from that is a lung disease? The coronavirus. It's a respiratory disease that is airborne and it's getting to your lungs and it causes your lungs to collapse and you can't breathe. That's what these people are dying from.
It's pneumatic, which is
The lymphatic, the lung.
That's what pneumonia.
Yeah.
It's spelled the same way.
Going to the
There you got pneumatic tools, which is air. You have to breathe in air in your lungs. Cleanse that air. Basically, you gotta live off air, oxygen.
Yeah, because when you have that the disease of pneumonia, it's I believe it's when liquid, when a certain amount of liquid gets it or fluid gets into that your lung cavities, man.
Yeah.
So not only does it make it hard for you to breathe, but that also affects
It's heavier and you can't expand.
Kind.
And then there's less density in there because it's taking up a lot of the air lung space. No deep breaths.
Good. And so that started out there in China. So the Most High is already reversing the curses that are on Jake onto you heathens. And it's going from what? From country to country. So all you other nations, you're starting to get the curses to be placed on you, just like the scriptures say. You got Leviticus 26, we start at verse 15. Because these curses that are on our people, hey, our people have dealt with them. We continue to deal with them as a whole nation. And especially the 2/3, you deal with them as well. See, Jacob, you can't eat a foul diet. That's against what the scriptures say. You're the ones who died for eating that foul diet. The other nations don't. Moab and Ammon, they eat what? They eat shrimp. They eat pork. They eat catfish. They eat all that stuff that's abominable. And they live full lives. But Jake, what do? You filling up the hospitals because you got high blood pressure. You got heart disease. You got gout. You got all these different diseases that are plaguing you because you are under the curses. Diabetes.
That's where all the mildew, inflammation, and all that's coming from.
Exactly.
And the burning, that's where all that's coming from. All the different diseases that our people have, it normally starts in the diet. And the diet is one of the best ways to kill people off because when they take the power or the resources from those people because they die a slow death and they have to pay you those resources before they die. And so you can treat them, not even cure them, but treat them.
Yeah, Esau is tactical with what he does, man. Because what he does, man, he shows you all these abominable foods on your commercials. He's gonna show you the shrimp getting dropped. He's gonna show you the Baconator from Carl's Jr., man.
Extra bacon.
He's gonna
Double bacon.
Then you wash it down with the bacon shake.
So he's putting this on to your face, knowing that you're the chosen people, man. And what does Jake do? Jake goes and eats it up, man. Jake's favorite restaurant is Red Lobster.
Nothing in there good.
And it's designed that way because all the urban area telecast, that's what's being played for you to watch on commercials and TV. And that's the ads that you write through your neighborhoods that's on the billboard. But the Edomites, that's not what they got. Delis. They got delis and they got
Whole Foods.
Yeah, they got Whole Foods.
Artisan fresh breads.
Man, drinking it down with artesian water and all. They have all the good stuff through their neighborhood. They don't advertise that because they know them people ain't gonna eat that stuff.
And that's part of like what the brother's saying is that's why the scriptures say what they say about Esau, man. He's a crafty demon, man. Because when you go into what the brother is talking about, whether you look at rich Edomite neighborhoods versus Jake's living in the in the slums, man, and in the projects, you got a thing called food deserts, man. Where it's a lack of produce, it's a lack of basically fresh and healthy foods, man. But instead they fill it up with what? Just ramen noodles, which with a bunch of chips, processed food. Hey, because they're not malt liquor. They put it right next to the full-bite spot that's serving up cat and dog, man. And that's doing what, man? That's lowering you. That's breaking down your immune system. That's breaking down your immune system and putting you on a lower vibration.
What they do is they put one grocery store within like a certain mile radius. So Jake got to go travel far to the grocery store, but they put those little convenience stores all around you so you can just get the bullshit,
Yeah, because they know Jake don't procrastinate. Jake ain't gonna go the extra mile to protect himself and go eat the right stuff. I was just about to say, they raise the prices at these Whole Food stores and these the different farmers markets and stuff like that. Because Jake is like, what? Jake is having a hard time making putting 2 nickels and dimes together. They get to pay for stuff. They gotta look at it. What's gonna suffer? I need these lights on, so I'm gonna eat this bad diet, this bad meal because it's cheaper and it's readily available to you.
Hey, what's the phrase Jake like to use? Okay, I paid my bill, but we're gonna be eating top ramen for the next few months. Yep. I got this new house or this new car, but we're gonna be eating poorly for the next long while.
After 99-cent menu on
Yeah, I was gonna say the dollar menu there. The dollar menu was one of the most genius, diabolical schemes ever. Got you buying nothing, and like it's just the same with the dollar store.
Yeah.
I can spend $1 on this and that to eat, and you now Jake is dealing with the dollar menu, not getting the 1 or 2. Like the difference of what an Edomite would buy from McDonald's and what a Jake would buy from McDonald's has everything to do with the nutrients in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything to do with it. How many of them burgers on the dollar menu or whatever on the dollar menu have lettuce and tomato and onion and shit? Like real
Pack
stuff.
of cheese.
Pack of cheese, bread, and meat.
They got the McRib, bro.
The big rib is on there now.
Big rib is bread, meat, sauce.
Bread and bad processed before.
Rib with no bone.
He also
It looked like a bone in there, yeah.
they even got a bone. Man, you're a demon, man. You're the devil, man. He saw you, and then and another thing you do. You make it easy to supersize stuff, so you can get the extra large Coke, right? The jumbo fries to go with, or you got the $2.20 nuggets now.
Yeah.
You make it to where they can eat a whole lot for a little bit of money.
No, they had 20 nuggets for $5 or something like that.
Something like that. Man. I don't eat this. You know, but that's what you do. You make it so Jake, it's easy for them to eat that diet that's really corrupting their system. And breaking down their immune systems has to work harder to digest that madness. If you they did experiments on McDonald's where they put that food in jars and the fries went months and it never it changed form.
Bro, they went years.
Yeah, done. The nuggets went under a microscope. All the shit that's under there. Yeah, you had all kind of shit. You had look like hair in there. This is what you give our people to eat, and our people eat it up. Go ahead, bro.
Ezekiel 4:13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles.
So we do eat our defiled bread among the Gentiles. That's what goes on. Hey, the Gentiles are helping feed us the defiled bread. You got your dollar Chinese food, you know what I'm saying, with your orange chicken cat. It's not even chicken, but it's cat. And they douse it with all that sauce on there, and they bread it up all thick.
So they fry it in this.
And so Jake eat it up. Dog, rat, that's what they give you. Boneless wings is 500 million pounds of rat meat.
Yep.
This is what you put in the heathens. You're the ones that's dishing this up and serving it to our people. You know, when you go to their neighborhood, you go to the good neighborhoods and eat, they treat you like shit. Because they don't want your money because you ain't supposed to be eating that food. You're supposed to be eating the food in your areas. So it can break down your immune system so you can be subject to stuff like the coronavirus. But now the Most High is spinning it on you other nations. You're getting touched with that coronavirus. Yeah, two-thirds of our people are going to be subject to be touched by that too. But you're the ones that's getting touched by it.
That's what I'm saying. Now you can't treat us like shit because you need our money now. With this virus wiping out your economic system right now, you can't treat your customers like shit. Because now this virus is threatening your economy. So you can't afford to treat us like shit. You know? And it's a lot. Let me say this: you got, these people come out here saying, "Hey, support these Chinese businesses." You know, they're hurt right now. They support them. They're being affected by this. Why aren't they saying the same for black businesses?
Right.
You know, what about all the different stores that Issachar got? You know, the black restaurants. Like, why all of a sudden when Moab, like he did, is starting to get caught up. Now all of a sudden we got to worry about their well-being and their economic growth. You see that? Because that shows you that our people are not regarded in this world, man. That going back to that curse, you know, they shall not be reckoned among the nations. You see how they treat this situation, how it's affecting Moab, but they don't have the same attitude towards you tribes, man.
Right.
You know? So hey, good for these damn gooks out here, man.
That's right.
Let them suffer, man. They treated you like shit. They didn't have a problem taking your money in. All right, you women that keep putting billions of dollars into their that hair industry, beauty supply, man. They treat you like shit. You come in here and get your nails done. They talking shit up, talking down to you, man, disrespecting you, and they language talking shit behind your back. You know, don't go helping them now. Let the ass suffer, man.
They was shutting their shit down.
There was one saying, hurry up and buy. There ain't nobody in there, motherfucker.
Hurry up and buy. Nobody here to buy.
Yeah, because biblical history is on gooks. You Ammonites and you Moabites had the children of Israel in slavery. All right? You're not just saying this, you know, getting on you gooks for no reason. You had us in slavery back in the ancient world.
Yeah, that was one of the nations of Psalm 83. Like conspiracy as well.
Yeah, when you read down it names the nations. Psalms 83.
Leviticus 26 and 15. And if ye shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgments, so that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, and the burning ague, and shall consume the eyes, and cause sorrow of heart, and ye shall sow.
That's that word consumption. We look that up, and it's going even further on the diseases and the curses that the Most High put on our people that's being transferred over to you nations. Go ahead.
God, and that shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of heart, and ye shall sow your seed in vain, and your enemies shall eat it.
Jeremiah 48.
And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursueth you.
Read that again.
And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies.
So you other nations, let's go back to what the brother was just going into, with you Moabites, you so-called Asians, all the different businesses that you have, the Most High is setting his face against you. He already set his face against us because we deserved it, because we weren't worshiping him in the way we were supposed to, and we fell into them curses. Now you're starting to see what's going on. See, you other nations, you're not built like the Hebrew Israelites. You can't take it. You going off yourself. You go and commit suicide, especially you Edomites, especially you. You can't handle it. You're not built for it. You go home and you off the whole family. Because why? Because your spirit ain't built that way. You can't endure. Like the scriptures say, it'll consume. When these curses get on you other nations, especially you Edomites, you're gonna have Edomites just killing their whole family. They're gonna turn on their own ones because they're not built to endure. They don't have like Jake. Jake make ways to survive because the Most High, he still provides for them, even though they're under those curses. But you Moabites, your businesses, hey, nobody's gonna shop there. You have to close down. You're gonna have to end your business. You had those Jakes that went into them beauty supply stores, and they're in there searching the chicks, going through her car seat. Her stroller, going through it trying to look for stuff. For you saying that they stealing and shit. You treat our people like shit. Well, our people continues to go in your shit, but guess what? You're infected now. Jake don't want to fuck with you. Why? Because that virus, out in California, they did a state of emergency address and they spoke, and they were saying that the coronavirus has got people acting racist. You goddamn right. Racism has been shoved down Jake's neck for how long? We continuously deal with that. Now you want to acknowledge that these Moabites or these Asians are getting racially profiled? You goddamn right. Stay the fuck away. That's how our people feel. And you're not gonna get people shopping for stuff. You like women are gonna realize, like, damn, I want that weed, but goddamn, I don't want to talk behind it. I don't want the coronavirus.
Shit, the nigga woman might go in there anyway, man. Yeah, she'll die for
Throwing
that.
that boy with gloves on, the N95 mask.
Hazmat suit on.
She's dumpster diving.
This brother has a
A hair hat, mask, and all that shit.
Call it.
Amos 2:1. Thus saith Yahweh, for their transgressions of Moab, and for I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he burneth the bones of the kings of Edom into lime. But I will send a fire upon Moab, and it shall devour the place of Kira, and Moab shall die with tumult, with shouting, and with sound of trumpets.
Good. That's going on there. That's why I had you get Jeremiah. Because Moab, your punishments, the Most High, he wrote specific scriptures to address your punishments. We're seeing it now. That's why if you don't believe in the Bible, you're an idiot. Because you can read the scriptures, and when you have to understand what the scriptures said, and you look in the earth and you see these prophecies coming to pass. You believe in any other book besides the scriptures, the Most High, he just set you up to be dumbness walking on the earth. You're a fool. Got it, bro?
Jeremiah 48:11. Moab has been at ease from his youth, and he has settled on his leads.
You have been settled on your lease. All your businesses and everything has been striving, but your lease is coming to an end. Go ahead.
So like, at the point, I always bring this out. That word leads in the Hebrew, it actually means the wine or grape.
Right.
Basically going into
Break it down.
vintage.
Or like a comfort, and also like what the things that you got that's good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To go to like, that's what I'm saying, your business. Because in the ancient day, wine, like the brother was going into, was a hot commodity.
Still is.
It still is true, because wine makes men glad, right? But also it goes like the wine or victuals, things that are set at a high regards to you.
And if I may say, like we always bring it out how you have this famous liquor warehouse, so to speak.
Yeah.
Out here in Vegas, everybody that's been to Vegas, they all know about this store. It's called Lee's Liquor. Discount liquor. You can basically get the finest liquor and wine for the best discount prices. And who's actually owns Lee's liquor discounts is a qualified. Dr. Lee or Mr. Lee. You know, so that's ironic, but that's spiritual. Showing you how they eat little here. So see, that shows you how these nations have to come up here and have to commit spiritual fornication. Not allowed to have it now. You also have to basically put hell on us. Yeah. In order for them to prosper. It's mainly Jake coming up in there buying up all that liquor.
Christian brothers.
Like Ratazar just said, they had to put hell on our people. That's part of the agreement for the atonement that they made in Psalm 83. They have to cut us off from being a nation. Go ahead, real quick.
Ezekiel 25:8. Thus saith the Lord power, behold, because that Moab and Seir do say, Moab is the Chinese, and Seir is
Chinese.
the Edomites, the so-called white man. All right.
White man.
Behold, the house of Judah is like unto all heathen. Therefore, behold, I will open the side of Moab from the cities, from his cities, which are on his frontiers, the glory of the country, Beth Shemah and Baal Meon and secured them unto the men of the east with the Amorites, and will give in possession, that the Ammonites may not be remembered among the nations. And I will execute judgments upon Moab, and they shall know that I am the Lord.
Exactly. And those judgments are beginning to be executed. And it's going to be more. See that whole China? It's going to come to you Ammonites too. It's going to reach over to you and touch you too. Because you all play a very, very detailed, against the Israelites. Position that you play. Because you're the ones mainly that's in our neighborhood. You're the one that's mainly that has been profited. So the Most High is starting struck with you, and it's going to go on to you, to all you other nations. The so-called white man, the best will be saved for last. When the Most High get a hold of your ass, it's going to be broadcasted across the whole world. Which, even this coronavirus is being broadcasted across the whole world. I need you to get back in Jeremiah.
Jeremiah 48:11. Moab has been at ease from his youth, and he has settled on his lees, and has not been empty from vessel to vessel.
Look up that word empty. Because there's a video out. You got Jake that worked down at the docks, the longshoreman docks. They've been putting up video that there's no import and exports going on. There's no trucks coming through. There's no big containers. There's the ships bring in, the boats bring in, which is a vessel, and a boat that brings in all this different all the different victuals, all the different things that you purchase. They're commerce. They're importing and exporting goods and services, starting with your goods, and then the services when they ship it on the trucks and take it to your store. You got it?
It's H7324 for empty that says walk. It says to make empty, to empty out, to keep empty or hungry, to pour out or down, to be emptied out. There's the Chaldees lexicon that says hence to be empty, to pour oneself out or to be poured out.
That's the Most High. That's the Most High pouring out the commerce. That's why your economics are collapsing. Most High is pouring out your commerce, man. You got just think to have commerce, you gotta have something to sell to make your money back. Yeah. Well, he's taking that away from us.
You have to have a product.
You gotta have a product. So you have to supply the demand for that product. If you don't have it, or if there's no more demand for it, then what do? You can't do business.
It says to empty out as vessels or sacks. It says to leave empty.
Now look up vessels.
I got it.
You got vessels? Bring that out.
Vessels, article, utensil, implement, apparatus, vessel. This is definition D. Vessels, boats.
Boats. Your boats. The boats that are being empty. They're not even coming in. The video that I saw, it was like looked like a whole like parking structure. It's fully empty. They're supposed to have cranes. Those big crates with goods in it. And she said there's usually 100 trucks that flow through there every day. It was one truck that went through there. So if you're not importing and exporting, what a suffer. Get that, bro. Zephaniah.
Zephaniah 1 and 11. How the inhabitants of Maktesh.
Maktesh in the ancient biblical times was your merchants, it was your Wall Street, your stock exchange back then, in those days. Go ahead. And it says how? I mean, it suffered. And
I just want to say this, like, what it was is like it was a seaport city, if I recall right, but everybody brought their goods to this one spot.
Right.
That's where they traded at.
Yeah. Traded at. Yeah.
And that was the barter system. Right. But now the stock exchange is equivalent to that, but they don't have to bring the actual goods. They leave it in their warehouses or wherever, offshores or wherever they have it at, and they trade it there, then they send it to wherever they're going.
They ship
that terrestrials, they actually you brought your cattle, whatever you're selling, your blankets, whatever you're selling, you all bring it there and you make your deals. So it's a place that the exchange happens.
Right. Yeah, and also not just that, whatever the farmers grew, they brought over there.
Texas support.
You know, beans, rice, you know, vegetation. They had meat, lamb, you know, things like that nature. Right?
It says, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. And it shall come to pass at that time.
And that's you, Salaka, bro. That was you. All they that bear silver are cut off.
It kind of switches over in verse 12.
It said, like, what it said, all they that bear silver are cut off. There's no way for you to get your money.
Yeah.
Because original money was gold and silver. You know, and then the commodities that you would purchase with it, but to have that straight value and represented something with that those precious metals. Okay? If you weren't trading, then you had to exchange the precious metal for whatever good or whatever service that you needed. That's going to be cut off, and it's being cut off, particularly with Moab right now. But the economies of the world economy is starting to be cut off like that for now as well.
When you look at the Dow, you look at the stock exchange, it's dropping. It's dropping, then it'll go up a little bit, dropping. It's suffering. And a lot here, especially here in the United States, majority of the import and exports coming from China. They shut that down. They're not shipping stuff from there.
They don't. Also, like, don't make a point. They don't. It's not taking effect on America yet because these warehouses are still full.
Yeah, the storing house.
So once people, of course, people continue to buy goods and products, the warehouses are the inventory is gonna start to go down. And when the imports are not coming in,
right,
that's gonna have inflation, and you know it's gonna be fucked up out here. Yeah, kind.
They're not gonna be able to replenish those because they're gonna have it ain't coming in. So and people are gonna start to take effect. It's gonna start to affect your neighborhoods because you're gonna see that things that you can't find these things.
Oh man, these pharmaceuticals, man. Majority of you Americans on some kind of pill.
Yeah.
You know, so China can't import that certain pharmaceutical drug that you need to basically be at the same time. You're gonna bug out. You know?
Yeah, if I may say it, this all ties going back into what the brothers initially getting into, how the curses are hitting the heathen, and that goes back to curse shall be your storehouse, your basket. That's dealing with your economy, man.
Yeah, exactly. Because in those times, that's what happened to us as a nation in the biblical, in the ancient days. But now, as like the brother said, the theme of this camp today is the fact that the curses are being switched over to you. So you're the one holding the storehouses. You're the one holding the baskets. And the scripture say, "Curse shall you be in the city with your storehouse." In fact, can you go anywhere to get it? 28.
And also to make a mention about Maktesh was actually a merchant city in Israel.
Yeah.
That was pertaining to our economy. We got when the Lord crashed it, then that was that curse taking place. You know, our storehouse and our basket, and our merchandise.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 16. Curse shall not be in the city, and curse shall not be in the field. Curse shall be thy basket and thy store.
Right. And it was cursed for us as a nation. Even jakes that have their own businesses, they don't thrive like that.
It is cursed. Still cursed.
Yeah, cursed. It's like, it is still cursed. Like Jake don't have, like I'm talking about majority of Jakes. Jake might have a taco stand. Jake might have a little convenience market or whatever. But a lot of Jakes, they're basically just running that so they won't be in debt. Because if that go down, then everything's over. It's over. You know, they won't be able to what? They won't be able to survive after that. You other nations have franchises and chains. corporate chain of businesses all across the country, even some in other countries. But guess what? And the curses are going to be smooth transitioned over to you. Your storehouses are going to be, you're going to get hit with it. And ask Moab how they do it here. The Moabites and Ammonites that are here in the United States, their businesses, it's already, people ain't shopping at them. So you're going to have to, like we said before, you're going to close them down because them curses are hitting you. Can you go back to Jeremiah? Oh, it's like, hold that. You had some, right, bro?
This is Ecclesiastes 12:3. It reads, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because there are few.
The beautiful thing about this, my bad. Go ahead. Now, like I said, the beautiful thing about this scripture, particularly talking about America, but America has one of the top economies in the world. So America has this top. So America's tapped into the world economy. And as America's economy goes, the world economy goes. That's why a lot of these other nations right now are stopped dealing with America, because they see what's happening to the American economy. Okay? So they got to deal with it in the way that they deal to try to stay afloat, because America's taking them out. The economy's falling.
And what's happening with Moab, with them basically quarantining and locking everything down, and they keeping, merchant ships from, going to other countries to export their goods. A lot of the stuff that we get imported here is manufactured over there in Asia. So if they're not able to import all those goods that's being manufactured by them, these business, these chains over here that they have supply to them, if they don't have any goods coming in to be able to sell this merchandise, what are your employees going to sell? What service could it be? There's going to be no need for the workers. Yeah. So the business gets shut down, and all the workers, they got to be laid off.
Business is not going to continue to employ people that they're not making any revenues off of. And if they can't make no sales, you can't pay them. You can't just keep them on payroll when ain't no revenues coming in. So you have to downsize to fit the amount of employees of the services that you have, what you have left over to sell, and eventually you have to go under.
Bro, it's already been a retail apocalypse the past 2 years. Yeah. Well, a lot of retail places shutting down, downsizing. Fucking Sears.
That's where they came about.
Yeah, closed down. Honey,
Kmart, and slowly Targets are starting to close down. They're keeping open the Targets in certain regions that are high. They're bringing in high revenues, but the ones that are not, the small ones, they can't afford to be keeping them in business. So what do? They shut them down. Walmarts are being converted to FEMA camps. They get contracts with the government for FEMA. And they just shut them down, and they get them ready for when they start putting people in these concentration camps.
Or to say the modern time, these quarantine facilities.
No.
So you feel better about it.
Safe zone.
It says, in the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because there are few.
The jobs that the brothers I was going into, if they don't have any goods coming in, there will no need for the workers. So the grinding represents the work. So you grind, you work. Right?
And those that look out the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. When the sound of the grinding is low.
Hey, for you people that know it, brick and mortar is already on its way out. Everything's being shipped via Amazon or some type of shipping direct from the warehouse to customer. There's no real reason to have brick and mortar stores. Brick and mortar took a major hit. That was the only way. You got it off the docks, got shipped to your brick and mortar stores. Actually, really, they set it up to show you what happens. They stocked it before stuff. Now we're just skipping that whole process and just cutting the middleman off, which is a bunch of jobs, leaving the warehouse stacked, then you can see the pictures of it online. Because they ship it in the box to you straight from the warehouse. And you figure the rest out. With the directions or whatever. Drones will pick up Q74 off the shelf and then taking it down. That's a human being job that's not done. Running is ceasing. That ain't doing the job done.
That's why they're getting more advanced with their technology. They're going to use their technology to replace, you know, the manual labor for men. You know,
The machine don't get tired. They just switch out the battery, recharge, and it's done.
And they need one person in this to manage the machines.
Yeah.
It's back in Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble,
The house is American.
and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinder cease because they are.
And that was the whole concept of Donald Trump, right? Make America great again.
Get that economy going.
Yeah, get the economy back up strong, try to put people to work, because the grinding has been ceasing. It's going to continue to cease. They don't never believe what Esau tells you. Esau can tell you, oh, the economy is recovering. He can tell you that it's thriving and booming. He can tell you that the unemployment is down and employment is rising. But when you look throughout what you see, what do you see? If you go through, if you're in a traffic jam on a highway or a freeway in the middle of the afternoon, what is that telling you? People are not at work. Why am I in bumper-to-bumper traffic in midday? Hours when most people are supposed to be at work. Why? Because they're not. Don't believe what they tell you. People are unemployed out here. People are breaking into houses and stuff. I got an app on my phone that lets me know there's so much crime going on in my neighborhood. Because people not eating because they're not working.
it's like somebody looked up discouraged worker. Somebody go on their phone and look up discouraged worker.
And I want to say this.
Because this is what they don't include in the unemployment rate.
Right. And if you're in a traffic jam and the people aren't at work, that means the people aren't out there buying either. True. It's not just the workers that's not at work. The people that will be out shopping ain't at work either. And, you know, ain't out there shopping.
Do you think it would be as much crime as it is if everybody was working?
Right. And there's money like that.
Everybody's getting a chance to, you know, make their own, and then you got to go and rob and steal and make a lifestyle of, you know, crime to get what they got. Come on, man, that shows you that right there.
Back in the 1950s, you know, a man can have a family. He can go to work, he can pay for college for his kids, pay for his house, pay for 2 cars on one salary. One salary. Well, so what's fucked up now? You know, you gotta ask yourself that, man. You know?
And the unemployment rate, I mean, once you stop receiving unemployment benefits, you're taken out of that percentage included in unemployment.
Right.
They don't tell you that.
They don't tell you that. You go right into the unemployment percentage.
Yeah.
Because you're not receiving a check.
So then, you know, once you're out of there, the rate probably goes down. Like, you know, they assume you got a job, but they don't know.
Right. But really, in all actuality, if you don't have a job, you're further higher the unemployment rate. And then also the government has cut down on people's food stamps. Why are they lowering the price of what people are receiving in food stamps? Because there are more people on it.
You know, the price of food is going up.
Yeah.
Right. So they're doing that because more people are getting on the county, receiving government assistance, financial assistance, food stamps. It has to be lower because the amount of people are more on it.
That's why Trump got to make budget cuts. That's why come April, there's a proposal where it's supposed to be in 2021 about it's basically some type of budget that he's supposed to make, where he's going to take a big cut of all those different government entitlements and aid programs, SNAP, food stamps. He's cut millions of dollars of that, so that a lot of people that are actually able-bodied workers, they can't be on it.
Yeah.
He's making it to where, like, if you able-bodied and you're not, like, even if you old, if you don't have any deficiency or you're not handicapped, and you go work, you're getting off those food stamps.
Like niggas with SSI, get SSI,
Yeah.
and you know all kind of benefits,
Yeah.
and cutting it out.
He's making a cut, man.
And then also, the funny thing about it is, if you're able-bodied to work, but if there ain't no work out there, what something got to give? What gives? Crime. People turn to crime, and they start stealing, robbing, doing all this. It's the survival of the fittest.
That phrase, crime pays, come from somewhere.
Isaiah 19 and 15.
No, hold that. That's the spirit. That brother was holding.
Oh, okay. I'll let you read that.
You got that, Jack? Yeah, I got you. All right, cool. Go ahead. You got the definition?
Yeah, this definition of discouraged worker, it says in economics, a discouraged worker is a person of legal employment age who is not actively seeking employment or who has not found employment.
It's like, start, read it again, read it a little louder.
A discouraged worker is a person of legal employment age who is not actively seeking employment or who has not found employment.
So let's define what legal working age is. Anywhere from 15, 16 to 65. The 65 is a retirement age. So if you fall anywhere in between there, that applies to you. Okay?
Who is not actively seeking employment or who has not found employment after long-term unemployment.
Check.
Well, you said 15 to 65?
Yeah.
That's 50 years. You could be working here in Babylon. God damn.
Breaking your back. And the thing about it is, Jake, attention span, like if Jake's trying to find a job for so long and he don't get a job, Jake just stop looking for a job.
Looking for a hustle.
Exactly. He needs a hustle. Because Jake's mind is looking at what he sees. He see people out here with these fancy cars, he want it. That's why Jake is so fast to sell their soul to Esau and go into the industry. They become, they want to sell drugs, now they want to rap, you know what I'm saying? Hey, like Biggie said in his song, either you sell crack or you got a wicked jump shot. You know, roughly paraphrasing the song, and that's what Jake go off of. But when you don't what? When you can't hit that jump shot or you can't make it pro, what you do? Turn to the life of crime. Because Jake don't want to be going in these going interviewed by Esau, because Esau ain't gonna give them the jobs anyway. So they gonna turn to crime, man. You have more on that?
It says, who is not actively seeking employment or who has not found employment after long-term unemployment, but who would prefer to be working.
But who would prefer to be working?
It says, but who would prefer to be working? It says, this is usually because an individual has given up looking, hence the term discouraged.
That's the point. So you'd be surprised that there's a lot of people who were once active looking for work, but because that journey, that process, took forever and they wasn't successful and they couldn't get, landing anywhere. They didn't have any good success on getting a job. They just say, man, fuck looking for it.
Hey, these people can have college degrees.
Yes.
You know? That's what's so fucked up about it.
Yeah, they bring their degree, and then only to be turned away, saying, "Oh, you're overqualified."
That's the spirit.
Well, how am I overqualified if I have all this information? I have all this knowledge about this craft. This particular skill. I went to school for it. I studied for it. Now you're telling me I'm overqualified?
You got all the requirements of the position.
What shows you that this college shit is a damn scam. All this is for the elites to make their money. This is all for the super rich, man. All this shit is geared towards them making their money.
I'm overqualified, right? I'm qualified to run a Fortune 500 jump company. Okay, I just want to run McDonald's. Like, just let me run some simple shit, man. I can do that too. No, you're too overqualified. We want to have, this is what the problem is. We want to have a dumb 18-year-old company and a 23-year-old that got a basic college degree, basic shit that don't know nothing really. We'd rather give it to him.
And then Jake don't have enough connects.
Right.
Because Jake got to go out and network with people.
Yeah.
So you can kind of get in the door, so to speak. People give you references and good words, so to speak. Jake don't be having that, man. Especially if he got any priors. You know, it's a wrap for you if you got a history, you got a record. You know, so it becomes even harder for these people, man. So it's like they're stuck in that cycle. That's the curse.
That's the pit.
Yeah.
That's the system. The word system means pit.
Yeah.
That's a system that keeps you like a fucking rat in the rat race, running around in circles, getting nowhere, chasing cheese.
The cheese ain't in there.
Yeah, you smell it.
You can smell the cheese, but the cheese ain't in there. So Esau has these terms that you're overqualified. That's just so he can reject you for the position, so the other people that he wants to have that position get it. I had an interview with a guy at one time, and he read my resume and was like, "You're overqualified." I said, "What does that have to do with the fact that I want this position?" And he said, "Dude, you could take my job. But your qualifications are more than my job." And this is the dude who's the manager who's doing the hiring. Yeah. And it wasn't even no great job. You know, it was just something I needed to get at the time. But I was turned away saying I was overqualified. That's not your decision to make. You shouldn't be able to make the decision saying you overqualified. When you're trying to find a qualified person to have the job. So why would you? So you say you want to hire underqualified? And experience is a whole bunch of bullshit from the workplace because they're going to train you to do the job the way they want you to do it, no matter how much experience you have.
Exactly.
You got to go through their training. So really you should just go in and say, hey, I'm able to work, I'm an able, willing body, I can perform functionally, I need a job. You're supposed to take that person on because you're going to train them the way you want them to work.
That's why it's going to come to a point. Simple as Americans, you're going to wake up and you're going to start rebelling against your government. It's going to be all hell against you. Like these other countries overseas.
Yeah.
They got their citizens rebelling against the government because they've been treated unfairly. They can't have a working wage to support, themselves and their families, man. All right, but you Americans, you just fucking, this is a land of idiots.
And the government, they invest your money. You put your money into your retirement and everything, but they invest it. So if the stock is struggling, what you think gonna happen? You think you're gonna get laid off and get your severance package? You think you're gonna get your retirement? That ain't happening. SSI gonna be done away with. You're not gonna get that retirement money.
401k, IRA, and all that.
All that stuff. You're not gonna get it. The dollar's gonna crash as well. Hey, bro, can you scores on? Yeah, go ahead.
Let's continue with 3. And it reads, "And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinder cease, because there are few. And those that look out of the windows be darkened.
Right.
And the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird."
So people are gonna look and see that there's no job. If there's no jobs, there's no way to provide for your family. They're gonna turn to a life of crime, and the doors will be shut in the street. They're gonna implement martial law. This is gonna be so bad out there. Everybody's gonna be looting. People are gonna be going into the neighbor's houses trying to find food for the lack of bread. Like it tells you in 2nd Ezra 15th chapter.
It says, "And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of Israel shall be brought low."
That's happening already now. Now actually, on that road, if you can go.
Yeah, I got something real quick. And this is from an article just dealing with some teachers in San Diego, and it's causing an uproar, basically like a big rally out there in San Diego. It says in California, school districts have to warn teachers who might be laid off that their jobs are at stake by March 15th. The warnings are commonly called pink slips. The decisions are made based on financial projections, but school districts often end up actually laying off far fewer teachers than are warned when the budget is finalized each June.
Can I say something on that too? Hey, because with these teachers and things being laid off, man, and not being able to teach, hey, that's bad for Esau, because now who's gonna really indoctrinate your children? You know, now if the school system is over, your plans of having an economy of going to college and having no outlet, that's gonna be off, which is just gonna really create, like the brother was going to, more crime, man. Hey, because if grown people, if the teachers can't work, the students ain't about to go to school, they gonna see their parents struggle. So what? They gonna go out and do what they gotta do in order to...
Same thing happened in the Great Depression. Kids started to get jobs because they support the family.
Yep, God.
It says it's a process that could be taxing on schools, teachers, and parents. At the San Diego Unified School Board weighed whether to send out pink slips to teachers this year. Board member Kevin Beiser pointed out that teacher pink slips and the actual layoffs that can follow have proven to be unnecessary in the past. Before this year, San Diego Unified sent out the layoff warnings to teachers twice in 5 years. And more than 1,300 educators and finalized more than 750 layoffs for teachers, counselors, and other educators this year.
Why would the teachers be laid off? Because the districts and school districts are mismanaging the funds to begin with. They're not supplying. The government gives each school district their finances, their funds. They're mismanaging it. And the real thing that sucks is San Diego is expensive as hell to live in. It's real expensive to live in San Diego. So what's going to happen with these teachers when they get laid off? It's a horrible, bad, evil times are. These people aren't prepared for it. You got more on that?
It says hundreds of students at nearly a dozen schools walked out of class Friday in protest of the planned layoffs by the Sweetwater Union High School District. The district says cutting the teachers is the last resort to fixing a $30 million budget deficit. But students across the district say cutting their teachers will not solve the problem. They said they're expected to lay off nearly 240 teachers, librarians, and learning center staff. Wow. But meanwhile, the superintendents, the administrators, they're bringing home $200,000 a year. And then, you know, they're Edomites. You know, the teachers that's probably getting laid off are like Issacharites and stuff like that. Man. So them students, a lot of them are Issachar. So they're going to be forced to be in homeschool.
Hey, but who gonna homeschool them? You know?
But
Because the parents is out trying to get their hands.
They out working. Hey man, this place is through. This place is through. California is becoming more of a shithole, man.
California, if I'm not mistaken, has like the 7th largest economy in the world, yet the state is in a bankrupt status. What's going on here? How is that? You generate a strong economy of selling products and services, and yet your government is mishandling, can't even budget the funds. Because they're making off their crooks too. They're the ones, the politicians, they're the ones that making all the freaking money. And then what they do, they turn around and tax the public. And the public pays their taxes because they didn't goof up and screw up. They did this shit on purpose. They're just getting that money, filling their pockets. They're getting paid off by corporate lobbyists to pass things in favor of the corporations. That's what's happening. It's a vicious cycle that's going through, and they disrespect the public, and they do it all the time because they know you ain't gonna do a goddamn thing about it. You're not. You're just gonna stand for it. You fall into that voting bullshit, brainwash shit. You're not working that day. I know that's a bunch of bull. That's all smoke and mirrors, and you all every 4 years you vote on the president, which your vote don't count. Then you vote every 2 years on the governor. And he just, so you got one that's nationally screwing you over, and then one that's locally for your state is screwing you over, which is your governor. Yeah.
That's why the scriptures speak about sedition among men.
Yep.
You know, they're not gonna regard their kings nor their princes. Of course, their action shall stand at the power in their hands, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt.
Egypt is modern day. Egypt is America.
Which the head or tail, branch or rush may do.
There'll be no work in Egypt.
And you see how many grocery markets these days are understaffed?
Done, bro.
You'll go into a big supermarket and you see all those aisles, but there's only like 2 or 3 aisles open.
And then the rest of what? Self-checkout.
Yeah, everything else is self-checkout, man.
Bro, I seen self-checkout Costco.
Yeah.
They got a whole section for it.
Yeah, man. I remember back in the day when every aisle was active.
Yeah.
There was a cashier on literally every aisle. Bagger at the end. Kind of, you just see a few people just working, and they gotta work extra fast and hard.
It is no people. It's just all robots.
Just all.
Just one person there just to make sure you're not stealing or whatever, but all robots stop.
But it's gonna end up being like the Amazon store.
Hey, son, but you even see that in certain hotels in Vegas, man. Like for say you order what you call it, room service and things like that.
Yeah.
You'll have a robot, because I seen it. A robot came into the elevator with me, man. And he had like for real.
Yeah, I ain't talking about.
He had like a little room number that he was going to on his little display screen. Hey, and he had a basically "Don't touch me" sign on it, man.
Yeah. And they had.
And when the robot got to it, the button was already pressed for it. So I was like, what?
They bring guests.
They programmed it to go to the room where the food is to be delivered. They go down the hall. You probably knock on the door.
It bring you keys and stuff like that too. Like say you lost your key.
Well, that's some future world shit, man. Yeah, that's what this beast system. That's what they're trying to create, man.
Hey, to use civilized people, robot brought me home. Thinking it's cool. That's a job that somebody's not going to be able to eat. Provide for their family.
Hey,
That used to be a human job.
that's 3 jobs. You got the morning swing and the night shift.
Right now, it's one robot.
One robot.
Like you said, you should change the battery. It ain't gonna get tired. It ain't gonna need a 15-minute break or a 30-minute
What's that
break.
thing called? Roomba? Vacuum?
Yeah.
Roomba, right?
Yeah.
That thing what do you do? It come off the charger by itself, vacuum your own shit, and go back on the charger. You never have to touch it. It just knows the shit is there.
It empties itself too.
You got a sensor, bro.
That's somebody now. That sounds cool because you don't have to do that housework. But when you get paid to do shit, it's different now. It's somebody's job that they're getting paid to do.
Yeah, you saw, man, the robotics and the AI, man. That's him on Tehran.
Which robotics and AI go right into what? Sometimes you right into the system.
Mark of the beast.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 16. In that day shall Egypt be like unto woman, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts.
Right, because the Most High, he gonna shake things up. Because like we've been saying all day, when you don't have work, then people turn to the life of crime, and everything, and people be fearful. Go ahead.
Hold on, I just want to show you real quick. This is a really, can you see it?
Let's put it up.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, that's the robots.
I can't see over there.
See, I got it.
That's the robot, bro.
Can't really see it.
Yeah, man. These things are really going around. This is really happening, okay? This is really happening. That mark of the beast is really coming. This is all stages leading up to this so-called white man's big plan that he has for collapsing the economy so they all get on the one money system and on one world government system.
Yep.
Society. Yep.
In that day shall Egypt be like unto woman, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. It's going right?
Verse 17.
And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid of himself, because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he had determined against him.
The Messiah is going to turn Jake up. Jake is going to wild out here. You know, he's going to have to set forth martial law, because Jake is going to be out here, you know what I'm saying, just turning the streets upside down. Because if they're not eating, it goes into that in the 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. If you ain't got no work, you can't buy bread. You don't have money to buy bread, what are you going to do? You ain't going to regard your neighbor. You're not going to care that you used to, you know, Jake used to, you know, play dominoes with the neighbor next door. And even on down to you Edomites, when you country club members, they're not gonna care. They're gonna need to feed their family. I
was just gonna say, like the scripture says, the love of many shall wax cold. Scared of niggas now, just wait till that moment.
I was gonna say, Jake is a physical problem to have to deal with. Jake is a physical problem to have to deal with. How do you think these cops got all the goddamn gadgets on? Deal with Jake. They got cuffs, they got tasers. What Jake always say? Take that badge off of that gun and we get that.
You ain't shit without that gun.
Shit with all of that. And then Edomite cops especially, the cops know it.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when the brother down in LA when he said, he knows, all the cops are usually those that didn't make the football team or that made the football team but got no burn. And you got to deal with the ones that made the football team and the rest of them that didn't have a grade. You got to deal with them people still.
They didn't make it pro.
Yeah, you still got to deal with them people though. But you ain't on the physical level to have to really to go man up with them most of the time.
You see a lot of these cops, man, they fat and out of shape. They ain't ready for no action.
Because that used to be a good paying job.
Yeah.
So they can sit around, chill, eat donuts, do paperwork, and go wear the flashlight, put a gun every or whatever, no big deal. Now, with all the shit that's going on now, these cops gotta work.
Hey, you remember a while back they had that the TV show Bad Boys? And they come on, they show you the cop running the dude down, cop running, jumping over cars and doing all this wild shit. They don't do that now. They just shoot Jake. They shoot at Jake. They ain't about to do nothing physical. You're gonna tackle on Jake, one Jake, 3, 4 dudes. I just seen a video on social media that they had one cop helped this one Jake that just got off work and he was just walking home on his phone and he hemmed him up. Next thing you know, it was like 7, 8 officers that ran at him. This is the dude who just got off work. He didn't even do nothing. And they just, you know, they call it in LA, you got gaffled. That's what they be doing. They gaffle Jake up. Go ahead, bro.
Zechariah chapter 8, verse 10. For before these days there was no hire for man, nor any hire for beast. Neither was there any peace to him that went out or came in because of the affliction.
Right. The Most High sending forth affliction. Like this brother Krawzat said, if they ain't bringing in no goods here, so there ain't going to be no need for the employees, because there ain't be no hire. People ain't going to get hired. We just read 3 scriptures, Ecclesiastes 12, we read Isaiah 19, and Zechariah 8. There's no work. So guess what happens? We all know. If there's no work, there's no way for you to provide, go straight to 2nd Ezra 15. Some of y'all brothers grab it. Start at
14 on the top.
2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
That's what we out here doing. We out here speaking to you, letting you know that this is going to happen. Works go out and prophesy. Go ahead.
Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh, I shall never say, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Prophecies of the scriptures are faithful and true.
And particularly the prophecy of the scripture that you just read. Right now they're still working, so this is prophecy still.
Right.
That there's going to be no work.
No higher.
Verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them that trouble.
Incredulity represents unbelief. Because you got people out here that don't believe what the scriptures say. Or they don't believe because people read scriptures, they go to church, but it's not, the truth is not being broken down in these harder houses, so they don't believe what we're saying when we prophesy what we're out here teaching. So then, since you don't want to believe it, it's just going to fall upon you. It's just going to happen, and you're just going to be subjected under it because you didn't hearken and listen. Go ahead.
Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
These plagues have already been hitting the world, but it's going to come on a larger scale to where it's not everybody's going to be touched by it. You ain't going to be able to avoid it, except for those who serve the Most High, which the scriptures say He's going to provide for. Safety, raiment, food, things like that. It's going to be provided to his servants, the watchmen. But everybody else, them plagues are going to hit you hard and heavy. Go ahead.
Yeah, if I might say, when it says, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, you go to Thessalonians that say, they that trouble you, those of you that are troubled, rest with us. Because as long as you're secured in this truth, in this faith, you're going to be comforted. The Lord's going to look out for you. The rest of the people, they're going to be miserable. But they ain't going to understand what the hell is going on. And because these people, they doubted what we've been out here speaking. We come out here every week, prophesy, talk about, the downfall of the wicked place, while people don't respect, they're going to be caught up in the slave. Well, hey.
Just up my dick, gonna kiss some niggas. My pimple, just fuck you.
But,
That's the fire right up.
You're gonna be secure.
The lion.
Go ahead,
That's exactly what you were talking about. This is Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians 1:7. And to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord Yahweh shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. And then going back to what the brother read in 2 Corinthians the 15th chapter about let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. This Romans 3:3, it says, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? God forbid. They let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
Yeah, because we know that the Heavenly Father, the things that He spoke since the beginning, we know that it's going to happen. All right? He said, His word shall not go out void, but it shall accomplish that which He pleased. So all the things that He spoke from the beginning concerning this day, this evil day, it's going to happen. And we're just out here to just reiterate that message to the people. Whether they agree with it or not. Whether they have normalcy bias, where they just, these things that y'all talking about, it's been happening since the beginning of time. So why should we think this is any time different? And they try to put the day of the Lord afar off. So when people speak like that, we can't let that trouble us, because we know exactly what time we're coming into.
And how we know, because there's too many prophecies happening all at the same time. And when you read in Matthew's 24th chapter, the disciples asked, show us what will be the departing of the time. What should we look for? And then he gave them a list of things to be looking for. And then when you read throughout the precepts, throughout the scriptures, all the things that will be happening, they're happening all now. So you don't put it far off saying, they said that when I was a kid, or they said that, 30, 40 years ago. What's the difference now? The difference now, 30, 40 years ago, all these things weren't happening all at once, all together, at the same time. That's how you know the time you're in.
All around the world.
Exactly, bro. It's happening all around the world. It's undeniable. You see it everywhere you go. But the people that's not going to believe, those that have the incredulity, you're not going to believe because it's spiritual design that you're already supposed to believe and know. Get that, bro, in Isaiah?
Isaiah chapter 6, verse 9. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy.
Right, so it ain't for you to hear, it ain't for you to hearken, or even understand. You just see it and you hear it. You see the men out there teaching, you hear what we're saying, but you're not, you weren't given that spiritual eye and that obedience to listen and follow. Go ahead, bro.
And shut their eyes. Make the heart of this people fat, make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their heart and convert to be healed. And if you read, the first verse going down, that's actual angel, actually blinding the minds of the 2/3 of the Israelites, so they can't understand what we're saying up here.
Right, which is why they just walk by, or if they stop, they end up scoffing, or they hear something that they don't like, and then it basically it pierces their ears, and they can't receive it. So what they do, walk down the street, then they say some shit. They get themselves marked at that point. Read the next verse.
Then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate.
Right. So you're not going to understand. 2/3 of our people, you're not going to get that understanding till this place goes down. This place is destroyed. So going back to second Esdras, you're going to have that incredulity, but that's not going to bother us because we know what the scriptures say. The Most High has given us, Lord willing, with the hopeful elect, to get the understanding and not just hear it, but actually take part in it. Change your ways. The Most High, it said in Isaiah that they will be converted and be healed. Well, 1/3 of the elect was converted and healed. Why? Because the truth shall make you free. And to the 2/3 you're still in slavery. You're still in that dead state of mind because you can't get there. Go ahead, read back what you were.
Second Esdras 15 and verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, destruction. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Right, because the so-called wicked is in power, wickedness is going to flourish on the earth. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
And it said, that's basically the prophets coming out and cussing Jacob. Isaiah 58:1, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, show the house of Jacob their sins and their transgressions. Telling our people to repent or the Most High is going to destroy you. Because the Lord, he will find himself for a long time because he's long suffering. But now, that wicked, the wicked levels have gotten to an elevated position. It's reached the heavens, man. So now the Lord, he has to, now you got to visit the world which he made, And he's still long suffering because the prophets are still out here. The moment the Lord withdraw all his prophets, that's when you're going to have a problem with him. And when the mouth of the Lord gets quiet, then you should be very concerned. Because now the Lord is going to remove his prophets so he can keep them in a safe position. While the death angel is about to just get to sweeping, man. Sweeping through all these different, cities and countries, wherever Jake is at, man.
Hey, Amos 5:13. Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time.
That's plain. That's plain, man. The Lord, he's not going to hold his tongue. That's just turning your wickedness. So that's why the Lord got the prophets out there to return you back to the Heavenly Father. And the majority of you going to, start getting the prophets. And some of them, you're going to even try to cause to be put to death. You did it in the past. So it's going to be a point in time when the Lord's going to be like, all right, that's enough. I'm tired of talking. I'm going to move my prophets off the street, and I'm finna let them have it.
It's Isaiah 42 and 13. The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once.
That's right. Well, that's like the brother just said. He removed his rock. Matter of fact, can you get Amos 8 and 11? Can you read that right quick?
Amos.
That's picked up. The Lord saying what he said right there, I'm going to roar. That's anger that's pent up for centuries. Hey, because his time is different than our time, right?
Right.
1,000 years is as one day to the Father. So if he's been allowing this to go on for all these days, which that's thousands of years worth of wickedness that he's had to witness, especially in regards to what Esau has done against his chosen people, which is the apple of his eye. He's had to constantly watch that, man. But he has to be, he's a man, he's a God that he should not lie, so he's bound by his word. That's the only reason why he ain't stepped in a long time ago and took this devil out. He had to let everything go, because, hey, the prophecy said it has to happen, man. Only he now will let until he's be taken out of the way.
And it was written, so he's playing it out. As he's playing out, he's getting picked up anger more and more because he's witnessing.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Amos 5 and 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhorred him that speaketh uprightly.
Right, and that's the men at the Most High's mouthpiece that he set forth to go out there and speak the truth. They hate the fact that the truth is being spoken. They don't want to accept it. Because it's going to come a time where the Most High, it's like the brother Quavazar said, it's going to come a time where he's going to remove his men, the elect will be sealed, he's going to remove them off the street. Right?
Amos 8 and 11. And it reads, behold, the days come, says the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
Right. So it's going to be a famine in the word. He's going to take the men out. Matter of fact, you're going to get second Ezra 5 and 1. Because once like Brother said, when he removed those men off the street, now you better be worried, concerned. And then that's when you're going to have these questions that only the men can answer, and they're not going to be out there to answer for you. You ain't going to be able to understand what you're saying, what's being done in your face. You ain't going to be able to see and know what it's talking about, but the Most High going to have things come back to your mind. Man, what was they saying out there? Oh, man, they said this and that was going to happen. And it's happening. They're going to come out to the streets where they saw the men out there teaching. They ain't going to be out there.
But they're going to be on the internet as well. They're going to be able to find these videos on the internet, so you won't have to come out on the streets trying to really ask and inquire the men. And there's going to be a small time we may still be out here, but once that's over, man, it's a wrap. Everything else, man, that's the same time that people that do run into us will ask for answers, and when our tongue's going to came to the roof of our mouth, they ain't going to take.
You got to go with that. Read verse 1, and then after verse 1, jump to verse 9.
Second Ezra chapter 5, verse 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the day shall come, that they which dwell upon the earth.
What's the tokens? prophecies. Okay? Those are tokens, those are key signs, key things that you know that you can measure the time. Okay?
The token, and also the token represents the truth, which in correlation, like the brother said, prophecies are major parts of the truth. Go ahead.
The day shall come, that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
Right. Because why? Because the man will be taken off the street. The way of truth shall be hidden. Jump to verse 9.
And salt waters shall be found in the sweet, and no friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself.
Then shall wit hide itself. Wit, knowledge, understanding is going to be all hidden, because the men ain't going to be out there to teach you and break it down to you. The elect will be sealed, and then they'll be taken off the street.
Get Isaiah 8:16 real quick.
It's Isaiah 8 and 16. Bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples.
That's plain. Because the Lord is gonna have this knowledge. It's gonna be sealed within the elect. That's it. There's no way to it now. You have no access. You know, it's now binding with the Lord's disciples, man, which is his elect. You know?
Once the elect is sealed, it's it. Unleash the tribulation. Unleash the judgment. Let the angels let go of the four winds. Let everything happen. And we're going to get back into 2nd Ezra to tell you what's coming at that point in time. 2nd Ezra.
One left out.
Go ahead, bring it out.
This is continuing on Amos. This Amos 8 and 12. It says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it.
Not find it. Why? Because the famine of words in place. Most I just said, that's it. The elect is sealed. You know, let the angels run wild on these people out here. The death angels just swim through the streets, drowning everybody that wasn't sealed. You don't have that spoken of in Ezekiel 9. If you don't have that, then guess what? You're gonna fall under the different ways that the Most High is gonna bring death upon your streets near you. Somebody get Amos. We're gonna go back to the second Amos 5 and 18.
That's why it says in Romans 8th chapter, therefore there's no condemnation to them that are in Yahushai.
Yep.
It's those that are in Yahushai, they have that tawah.
Yep.
They're gonna be exempt from the judgment. That's why there's no condemnation to them.
Yep. Wow, that's beautiful.
It's Amos 5 and 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of
That's a question. What end is it the day of the Lord? Those of you who desire that day. Obviously, you desiring that day, you don't know what that day is about. Speaking of you 2/3 in the church system, because you think that day is going to be a beautiful day, which it will be. It'll be a beautiful day, beautiful things will take place. The word of the Most High, the prophecies will take place. And part of that is your death.
Those Christians, the plantation Christians, they believe in pre-tribulation rapture.
Right.
They feel as if, or they believe as if, the Lord is going to deliver them before all hell breaks loose. But that's not scriptural, man.
They believe that they're saved right now.
Yeah, good.
They believe they're saved. Matter of fact, get Isaiah 20 and 8 and 20, I believe it is. Is it Jeremiah? Yeah, Jeremiah. It's like Jeremiah 8 and 20.
It's Jeremiah.
They believe that they speak Jesus in their heart and they say. Some crazy Jake believe if they speak in tongues that they are automatically saved.
They believe they have to accept the Lord in their heart, not the Lord accept them.
Right. Hey, bro, matter of fact, since that brother said that, can you get that in John 15 and 16?
It's Jeremiah 8 and 20. The harvest is past, the summer is ended, and we are not saved.
You're not saved. If you ask a so-called Christian, what do you save for? They don't know. They just know that they saved by the blood of Jesus. You ask them what the word Jesus means, they don't know what that means. So basically you lost. You ain't saved because you don't even know that the destruction's coming.
What do you say, man? Say from sin.
But you're not. But we're not understanding.
Yeah, come on, man. You don't know nothing.
I mean, first of all, like the scriptures say, there's only one name given among men under heaven whereby we must be saved. So what is his name? It ain't Jesus.
Son's name.
It ain't no Jesus, you know. A lot of people gonna be calling on that name and
Hey, they're calling it now right before they die.
yeah.
And it's the wrong name. And then they die.
Them people at the Branch Davidian complex, they yelled Jesus right before they roasted. All them Branch Davidians, David Koresh, they was yelling Jesus' name right in that blaze of fire, man. So that name, it doesn't mean anything. You can call that name all day.
Hey, you can have heard the true name and call it, but if you ain't got the power behind it, you're not part of the whole thing. It ain't gonna work for you.
You don't have faith in those names.
John 15 and 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you.
They, like the brother just said, Paul said, that they chose to accept Jesus in their heart. So now they say. That's contrary to what the scriptures say. The scriptures say he has to choose you. It's a chosen elect. Who does the choosing? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
It was chosen from the foundations of the earth before it was even made.
Exactly. And what does what matter of fact, hold that bro, get John 17 and 6.
Could I get this quick brief? This is John 6 and 44. No man can come to me except the Father which have sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day.
John 17.
Bro. Read that again.
It's John 6 verse 44. It says, no man can come to me except the Father which have sent me draw him.
So the Father, he chose the elect. Yahushua went and fished them. Just like the disciples. Those were the men. This is what I'm about to read about when it extends on to the full elect. Go ahead.
It says, and I will raise him up at the last day.
Right. He will raise him up on the last day, and also he will set crowns on his head. Go ahead.
John 17 and 6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world.
Right. This is Yahushua praying to the Heavenly Father.
For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them and have known surely that I came out from thee. And they
go get 1 Thessalonians 4 and 8, I believe it is. Because when you come up and you scoff against the men of the Lord, you're not coming up against us. You're coming up against the Most High. Because this is all the Most High's program. He set us up, and we're all, everybody has to follow suit to what he said. That is
1 Thessalonians 4 and 8. He therefore that despises not man, but Yahweh, who hath also given unto us his Holy Spirit.
Right. So the men that got the Holy Spirit from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to have the faith and the belief to come out and teach, present their bodies as living sacrifices, you come up against them, you're not coming up against them. Which is why when you get dealt with, you're going to be getting dealt with by who? By the Most High. Because you're really coming against him when you despise this truth. When you despise the word when it's being brought out. If you don't listen and hearken, and then you scoff and you go your own way, you never know. People be getting put to death on a daily basis now. They might have had something funkier to say about the men out there. They might have came across the video, laughed and scoffed while they was getting high, or whatever they doing, and the Most High sent the judgment on them. Because the scriptures, the brother read, they hate them, they rebuke them, and they hate them. So you hate the men of the Lord that's going out there teaching.
Proverbs 13 and 13. Whoso despises the word shall be destroyed.
Yep.
But he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded.
Yep, and who's that? The whole select is going to fear. They got that righteous dose of fear upon them, like the scriptures say. The scriptures say, by the terror of the Most High, he persuaded men. So all of us, we got the fear of the Most High on us, or we wouldn't be out here. Because anything can happen. Anything can happen to a man out there when he's doing the work of the Most High. But we all know that. That comes with it. We presented ourselves as sacrifices every week that we come out there. Sacrificing, for one, our freedom. People get hauled off with the jail, or people can try to do bodily harm to us, like what happened to the ancient prophets. But we count that nothing. We're trying to win Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Yep, count all up.
This is John 16:8. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me.
Right, they believed that the Most High sent Yahushua unto them. Because when Yahushua, you know what I'm saying, and this is how you know that these are Jakes, man. That these are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. When Yahushua sat down with the disciples, see, back then, at that time, reincarnation was common knowledge. Everybody understood it, knew it. So he asked them, his spoon came up on him and was asking, because contrary to popular belief, they lived in the hoods. They lived in the urban areas. And Jake gossip. Jake speak all up and down, you know, throughout. Word gets around. So when Yahushua, he wanted to know what was the word on the street. Exactly. He wanted the scoop. It's word on the street. Yo, who do they say that I am? Is that not Jake or whatnot? He knew he was that. He like, I'm going to get the scoop from them. Because they live amongst these people. And so he said, well, some saying that you're Isaiah. Some saying Jeremiah or Elijah, one of the prophets. So what did he say? So he got the scoop. And he said, you say that I am God. What did he say? That thou was the son of the living power. The son of the Most High. They knew. That's why he said they joined themselves with him because they knew who he was sent by. Go ahead.
Just like John the Baptist. Just like John the Baptist. But he wasn't in the truth though.
Hey, that was manifested. We can get into that with the Lord's will. Go ahead, bro.
Being a dead horse at that.
I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me.
Wait, bro, read it again.
I pray for them.
Pray for who? Who is the them? The them at that point was the disciples on down to the rest of the elect. Them, because what did Peter say? He said, we are forsaking everything to follow you. What shall we get? Roughly paraphrasing. He said, those that follow him in the regeneration will sit on thrones judging the 12 tribes. So that generation is reincarnation up until this point. They're still following him. The hopeful elect has been joined unto him. If one of your brothers can get the scripture, I think it's John, where it says, my sheep hear my voice and they follow.
Yeah.
One of y'all can get that. I think it's 10, 7, something like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
John 10,
go ahead.
John 10:27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
Right, that's why the disciples didn't have a problem joining up to Yahushua. Why? Because they're part of the sheep. The sheep that follows who? The shepherd. Yahushua is the shepherd. He leads. So they follow him. Is there more on that?
Well,
that's pretty much the point.
I was going to get another point.
Go ahead.
This is dealing with 144,000. This is Revelation chapter 14.
Yep.
And verse
4 and 4.
144. Revelation 14 and 4, it says, these are they which were not defiled with women.
Not defiled with women. It's not talking about a woman. It's talking about strange women, which is what? Other philosophies and doctrines. They weren't touched. They're untouched by those false doctrines. Go ahead.
Their mind and conscience wasn't defiled with a seducing spirit.
And seared with a hot iron.
It says, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. these were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb.
Read that again, bro, because you gotta emphasize on that word redeemed. That word redeemed.
And if somebody can get Acts 20 and 28. It's read it again. In Revelation 14, verse 4, it says, "These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb."
It's like let's get a little bit more on that. With them being virgins, they're not gonna be touched by these other philosophies, and they're not gonna slow dance and make love to these strange women. So that means they're not any wayward doctrine ain't gonna come along and disenchant them. They're gonna stay committed. Even before they came in the truth, whatever they've gone to believe and know, they're gonna receive. They're gonna start over as a newborn babe, because the Most High is gonna reprogram their understanding, open their knowledge up to where they can receive this.
Educate.
Exactly. Throw it in. Go ahead.
It says, "These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men."
Redeemed from among men. Got the definition?
Yeah, this is the word redeemed. G59, agorazo. It says to be. It says to redeem, to buy, to purchase. Lexicon. It says to buy. It says literally. It says Yahweh Shai is said to have purchased his disciples, made them as it were his private property.
Right. So the elect was the Most High. So we were Lord willing, we're part of the elect. The elect was in the world at one point, all Gentiles state of mind. But when Yahweh Shai, part of Yahweh Shai getting on the cross was to redeem the nation of Israel back unto Abinah Yahweh. But at the same time, his bloodshed was for the elect. So the 2/3, you're gonna have to die. Your own blood is gonna have to be spilled on this side. Then you're redeemed back into the covenant. When you come back in reincarnation, you'll be part of the kingdom. You'll take your part in the kingdom. But the elect, that blood will purchase back when Yahweh died on the cross for the elect. The scripture said that the 2/3, they said when they crucified Yahweh, let their blood be on their hands and their children's hands. Right? So that blood wasn't shed for you to receive what? Salvation. You'll get it in the kingdom, but on this side, there's no salvation. You have to be destroyed. You have to perish, like it says in Zechariah 13. 2/3 shall be cut thereof, but the 1/3 will be brought to the fire. Will be saved. Will be redeemed. They're redeemed. They're being bought back by the blood of Yahushua, being brought back unto the Most High. So they're blameless. They're redeemed, means drawn out from, bought back from who? From those that are in the world. They were redeemed from us, the men that were in the world.
Yep.
Go ahead.
This goes exactly what you said. It says, he is also said to have bought them from the Most High Yahweh by shedding his blood. They too are spoken of as purchased. Right. So they that are withdrawn from the earth and its miseries and from wicked men.
Exactly, wicked men. 2/3 in the other nations. They're redeemed and brought back, took out of that. You're brought out of that. So you can serve him. So you can be what? One day have that salvation. You got something, bro?
And that's why I go into that curse is Deuteronomy, no man shall buy you. We're redeemed. We're going to be redeemed out of this captivity by Yahweh Shai.
That's why that is blameless. Faultless.
Quick, Acts 20 and 27. It says, "For I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High.
All the counsel.
Take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock over the which the Holy Spirit or Holy Ghost hath made you overseers to feed the church of the Most High, which he hath purchased with his own blood."
Exactly. That's perfect. And that's what's happening. That's why we're under a spiritual contract. We're under a spiritual contract to come out here and do the work of the Most High so that the full elect can be sealed. So this place can go down and we can receive our kingdom. We we were purchased. It's like a bond, like basically someone gets arrested and they post bail with a bond. That's a promise that they will return and they will have to pay. So we're under bondage. That's why Paul said that. He is on bondage. We are in slavery unto this truth. A slavery that we love to be under. Because if you're not under this slavery, you're not under the serving of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you're an adversary to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But you're subject to receive what? The judgment that Yahushai is going to place out there for those that are not part of Him.
As long as you're in the world, you're in bondage of Satan. You know Satan is in the race.
It's like a demon get on the people right here,
right?
To do that.
Press on the acceleration.
Same demon.
Yeah, the point I was making before, the confusion was as long as you're in the world and you're not in this truth, you're under the snares and bonds of Satan. Satan got you. He got you in the bind. He got you mentally in the bind. That's why the Lord said, "And the truth shall make you free." And these people, they're not free, man.
Satan got you in a trick bag because you're thinking that he
Satan got you thinking that you can be a homosexual and live a productive life.
Yeah.
And think that, and make you think that the Most High loves you. And He's okay with you living that lifestyle. When it clearly says put you to death.
Yeah. And you receive that recompense of your error. Which is me. But a quick precept, 1 Corinthians 6 verse 20, it says, "For you are bought with a price. Therefore glorify the power in your body and in your spirit, which are the Most High's." Showing you that, we belong to the Lord now. He brought us back, with the purchasing of Israel with the blood of His Son. Now we're redeemed back to the Father. Now we're slaves unto Him and through His Son.
That's why also what we're doing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is so important, man. Hey, because what Esau is doing in the opposing side of righteousness, meaning wickedness, he's trying to make you his, man, by implementing that mark upon you, man. Hey, to say that, oh, now I own you, because really the Most High owns everybody, man. He owns everything. Hey, but with Esau trying to implement that mark of the beast in Revelation 13th chapter, that's basically saying what? That, he's trying to play the Most High, man. No longer do you belong unto the Father, man. You belong unto me. You my property.
Which is why when he, the scriptures tell you that some brothers don't have to be beheaded, for righteous sake, don't have to be martyred, because he believes that he's playing the Most High and that we belong unto Him, which is exactly what the ancient Pharaoh did. That's why the Most High had to send Moses to say, hey, no, these are my people. Let my people go. And when he rounds up the men that are serving the Most High, the first thing he's gonna want you to do is denounce the Most High. He's gonna want you to denounce the name, denounce the truth, and get chipped, meaning pledging your allegiance to Him. But the elect won't do that. So you're gonna have to put them to death, and that's an honorable thing. The Most High sees that as honorable because why? You were faithful to the end, unto death. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures tell you, somebody gets Sirach 4:28.
Yeah, that's just like, you have a faithful woman that'll, she's out and about, and she's loyal to you. So if the man comes and threatens her, like, hey, I know the nigga that you with, you know what I'm saying, but
come get with me.
Come get with me. And if you don't, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. She take that back.
She be like, well, you want to kill me then.
Same thing with the Savannah. Same thing. She was ready to be put to death, but the Most High vindicated. Let me get this cooking, then we're gonna let you.
This is Sirach 4:28. Strive for the truth unto death.
Unto what?
Unto death.
Unto what?
Unto death.
Strive for the truth unto death. And then what'll happen?
And the Lord shall fight for thee.
He will fight for you. You strive for the truth unto death, remain faithful, he'll fight for you. That's why the scriptures say, fear not them that can kill the body, but fear them that can destroy the soul and body in hell. That's what. Go ahead, bro. You know what you got.
Revelations 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison,
The concentration camp.
that ye may be tried. Ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
That's beautiful, bro. Beautiful that you brought that out. Hey, Yahushua said, be faithful unto death. You receive a crown of life. What is that crown? The crown to be set on your head. Bro, you in bullshit. He said the loudest damn street I've been on.
25 feet to go till they gotta stop. But you know what?
They're marks.
Yeah, they're marked.
Yeah, they're all marks.
Now we know you playing games. This is the fucking fifth time you can't do here. Trying to disrupt our team.
Why not do it? Why not do it down there?
Right there, bro.
In front of some girls, man. That might impress them.
Satan pissed off. Satan pissed off. Brothers out here doing the work, serving the Most High, being faithful, and doing what we're supposed to do.
Unto death.
Unto death. You know what I'm saying? You got more on that?
He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt at the second death.
Exactly. You'll not be hurt in the second death, which is those missiles. When those missiles come upon you, the Most High is going to protect you. Lord willing, we part of that, we get beamed up, and we're seeing those missiles hit from the sea glass from a chariot. And Revelation 15, hold that. 52, you have John.
John 16:9, I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. And all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them.
Meaning the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Yahushai, along with the elect, are on one accord. They're gonna be on this, so that's why you can't detach them. You can't break them off. You can put them to death. You can torture them. You can do whatever you want to do. Brothers read it last night in the live show, Romans 8 and 35. You cannot separate them. Nothing to separate them. Because the Most High have a spirit on them that's so strong that death means nothing. Especially when you understand what death is, the transformation. Going from here to the spirit world. Knowing that they'll be the first to rise when Yahushua returns. Go ahead.
It's continuing, this is 10. It's like 11. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to thee. Holy Father, keep through thine own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are.
Right, they are one. I was just saying a few seconds ago. They are one, so there'll be no separation. And Yahushua prays for them. Prays for them to keep them in line. And Scripture said, if one goes straight, let the 99 go get that one. Why? Because that one is part of the flow. And hoping with the hope and faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that they go out and present themselves that living sacrifice. Why? Because the Most High is giving them the understanding to know that there's a mission that has to be accomplished, and we're trying to get up out of here. And trying to get up out of here, there's going to be trials and tribulations, afflictions, infirmities. Count it all as done that we may win Yahushua in the day of judgment so we can be saved. Now, this whole thing,
Yahushua also gave them comfort. He was always giving them comfort, man. Like, don't trip, man. Hey, I went through the tribulations. I overcame the world.
He said, be of good cheer.
Be of good cheer.
Romans 8 and 17.
The Lord's going to make sure you make it through the hour of temptation. No amount of pressure is going to make the elect.
I just told him to get that too.
You're not going to be broken. That's why on the Passover you don't break the bones. There's none of the Lord's elect are going to be broken, man. We're tight knit, you know. We're tight. Hey, we got that spiritual magnesium and calcium there. You know, we have that zinc, you know, which is that true faith, man.
We ain't
True
Muslims.
love and faith.
We're not Muslims. Oh,
Go ahead, bro.
tell me. It's easy.
It's Romans chapter 8 and verse 16. I'll start at 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High.
Right, that's how you can, that's the way that you can describe who a Hebrew Israelite is, through the Spirit. Then also, another way you could decide, you could determine who the hopeful elect is. Because the scripture tell you what the hopeful elect will be doing. And then you look to see who's doing that. So you can identify Israelites and you can identify the servants of the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And if children, then heirs. Heirs of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and joint heirs with Yahushai, and so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together.
That's right. So being a joint heir, you gotta suffer those afflictions and tribulations, everything that Yahushai went through, his elect gotta go through. So when he comes back to get his glory, you're joint heirs and get the glory with him.
Verse 18, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Right, so when you catch in hell, one thing that you combat that with the gospel and the feelings that you're going through is that this is little compared to the benefits of the Most High is going to reveal to us in the kingdom. It's not going to be nothing that you want in the kingdom that you can't have. All your wants and desires will be given over to you. Why? Because we're the Most High's chosen people. When we sit in our kingdom, we'll be in our right mind. Our people won't go off, and we'll keep the law, statutes, and commandments perfectly. There'll be nothing that He wouldn't want to give us that we want. He's going to give you everything because you're serving Him right.
Too. We ain't gonna ask for no bullshit. Okay, we're gonna ask for real righteous things. We ain't gonna want, I wanna hit the homeboy's girl. Ain't gonna be no stupid shit. It's gonna be, I wanna be rich. Ain't gonna be no dumb shit like that. We're gonna already get everything that we need to take care of us and sustain us in righteousness. As the scripture says, we ask amiss, and this time we ask amiss. We don't know what to ask for, but our spirit has to make intercessions of us. Okay?
And when you think about it, the amount of hell that we're going to catch, which really the scriptures say this is but a light affliction. A lot of the men that may have to be martyred, it's going to be pretty easy to deal with because the Lord's going to, you know, he's going to preserve them and he's going to give them the comforter to where in that moment they're going to be able to endure, you know, the trials and the pain and the suffering that they're going to go through. It's going to be quick and fast. Next thing you know, now they're in the kingdom, inheriting the glory, man. And they're going to live a long life. They're going to live for eternity. And they're going to have a name that they left behind. They're going to have a legacy that they left behind. Hey, man, that's ain't going to be no comparison to that, man. Whatever hell that you catch, the type of glory that you're going to receive behind that, there's no comparison, man. Hey, the Lord's going to bless us with so much, it's going to be overwhelming. You know? It's going to be overwhelming blessings that's going to be coming upon us. And it's going to be to the point where we're going to be feeling like, man, do we even deserve this? You know? This is too good to be true. But hey, it's exactly what the Lord promised us, and it's of the Lord's pleasure to give us that.
That's the scripture. I was going to say that. The Most High is going to love to give us that. Because we're going to be what? In our right mind. We're going to be in order. We're going to be following the law, statutes. We're going to do everything He required of us. If you got a son and He's doing everything that you asking Him to do, you're going to bless Him. You're going to show Him the love. You're going to give Him the things, everything that He wants. Because He's deserving of it.
What did Jake say now? If something's too good to be true, it probably isn't. But not in the kingdom of heaven. It's going to seem to be, it's too good to be true. I don't deserve this. No, yes you do. And this, and this, and this.
Psalms 16 and 11. Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore.
Right hand, right side, right. You're on the right side of the Most High, which is Yahweh Shai sits on the right hand side, brings forth righteousness. The Most High gonna give you the abundance. We're gonna have everything that our heart represent, our mind desires. The moment you think it, you receive it. That's how the Most High is gonna do for you. He's gonna give spiritual power, which means you'll be able to manipulate the elements. You can take off flying, just go. It's not gonna be anything that you may think of. And then the thing about it is our mind can't even contract all the things that He's gonna allow us to even know in the kingdom, to even think of.
We can't even process that in these little feeble brains. We can't even process what the Lord's gonna give to us.
God, it's 1 Corinthians 4 and 17. I'm sorry, 16. 16, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
Right, we faint not. Meaning the elect is not going to faint. The elect is going to keep the faith to the end and not fall out. Go ahead.
For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us a far more exceeding and eternal way to glory.
Right, because it's going to strengthen you. You can endure make you hard, makes you ready. You know, I say this all the time. People that fight, they train, they do body hardening. So that the reason why they do body hardening is because they'll be able to hit something and not feel the pain of it. But they can do damage to whatever it hits. Because why? Because they did so much body hardening and enduring it made hard their fists, their knuckles, their elbows, their knees, and that sort of thing. Because you're going to be made hard to endure all the tribulation that's coming. All the things that you're gonna face, all the different. Did we even go in the Amos 5 and 18?
God, I'm still with you.
Because we had to go back because death is gonna be everywhere, and the Most High is you're gonna have spiritual GPSs where the Most High through the Spirit is gonna have you go which way to avoid it, while 2/3 is gonna run dead into it. Matter of fact, get that Amos 5 and 18 because we're telling you what's gonna happen on the side with the elect. Let's give you the balance to that, which is going to happen to the 2/3.
Amos 5 and 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Good.
As if a man did flee from a lion and
darkness and not light. So let me touch on that. You read in Thessalonians 5, in the 5th chapter, it tells you that we are the children of the day, while the 2/3 are the children of the night. They ain't going to be able to see, meaning they're not going to have the understanding to know what the hell is going on. They're going to be able to see.
As if a man did flee from a lion in a bear manner, where he went into the house.
All right, cut. Slow down on that.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Then go ahead, read that part.
It's 19. As if a man did flee from a lion.
A lion represents tribulation. It represents judgment. It represents a way to die, or the way that death is coming from. Doesn't mean it has to be a physical lion, but then again, it might be a physical lion. But it's just it's death coming from you. So you're running this way, away from death that's coming from behind you. Go ahead.
And a bear met him.
And then you get met by a bear. A bear, if you see a lion, the lion's here. A bear is up here, which means you just ran from one way of death into a bigger situation of death. Go ahead.
And went into the house.
So you escaped from the lion and the bear, and you went into the house.
And leaned his hand on the wall, and the serpent bit him.
And the serpent bit you. Meaning, you ran into a building thinking you're safe, and there's something in there that's going to kill you. You're not going to get away from it. No way around it. If you're not part of the Most High's elect, you're not escaping that death. But the elect is going to be navigated through the Spirit, my angels protecting them, and going different ways where they're going to escape death. Death will be on their heels, but death ain't going to catch them.
Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?
Right, because people are going to be getting put to death in many different ways. Go ahead, do what you got, bro.
Job 18 and 11. terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet.
Right. That goes right along with Amos 5:18. Terrors from all sides, death from all sides. Everywhere you go, you're gonna have a situation where your life is in danger, where you're gonna, it ain't gonna be like oh, you just escaped and that's it. It's coming for you. You're marked. It's gonna those that are marked for death, the death angels don't miss. They might play a game with you. Death angels might force him that way, let him think he's getting away. And I'll come around the corner like a linebacker and lay you out. Different ways that you're gonna die. Because death is gonna happen. The scripture tell you there's gonna be no end to the corpses. There's gonna be corpse upon corpse.
The second Ezra chapter 16, verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. And after I read that, there's going to be a way that's going to destroy. The sun going to die. What's the one that's the one I really want for the famine to the that's right 39. That's right 39. Which one? For the famine to the famine, for the sword to the
No, that's Jeremiah. I got it right now. I got it holding. I'm actually holding. Jeremiah 15 and verse 2. And it shall come to pass if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as for death to death, and such as for the sword to the sword.
Yeah, you're numbered to a certain way to die. You know, whatever is meant for you. If you're meant to die, there's going to be a way that you're meant to die. Go ahead,
and such as for the famine to the famine, and such as for the captivity to the captivity.
Yeah, everything has its purpose for you to end up in your judgment. Okay, even to the elect, whether it's to beheading or whether it's to see salvation straight away. Everything has a purpose under the Most High. Okay, and if it's a death that the wicked are numbered to, it's going to be a painful, disgraceful death. Okay, as in martyrdom, it's not a disgrace for me to die. It's an honor. You know, it's to be honored. You died for your Halbash. Man, you died for your Halbash son? Yeah. You know, that's special.
That's something.
In the kingdom, that's how you're gonna know who's the honorable men, chosen men versus the regular Israelites, because you're gonna know the men who did die for Yahweh Shai, for Yahweh Shai, and they're gonna receive that honor. And the rest of our people, what did you do? You ate a missile. Yeah, that's how you're gonna know. Yeah, ain't no elect gonna die by no famine. It's verse 3. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heavens, and the beasts of the earth to destroy, to devour and destroy.
There you go.
That's literal, and also
If you wish to continue on back down to the strap, you're going to get on the bus here.
Most I always use like an animalistic characteristic to describe something. So that could be any different way that you're gonna die, like a different ferocious fowl or beast on the earth. It's just another way that meaning that's the aggressiveness, the way he's gonna kill you. You know? You said you had something, bro?
This brother has something.
It was about when the brother was speaking about the elect, the martyrs. You know, that's something that goes with that. Good. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, and I'll start from the top. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die.
Who's the unwise? That's 2/3. That's you church pastors and you church goers. You're the unwise because you don't have wisdom. The Most High didn't give you the wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Go ahead.
Can I say something real quick? Also keep in mind, we die daily. How do we die daily? We take L's on the side. We don't get them to be embodied to this world like they're connected to this world. And you can go in and look at this world right now also. Right? So keep that both ideas of being a part of the physical death as well as being dead to this world.
And then also the scriptures talk about there's two ways. Like you got Jake that's in the world 2/3. You catching hell, but you catching hell because you're wicked. Yeah. And then you have the hopeful elect. They catch hell because they serving Yahweh. They gotta go through those afflictions, just like Yahweh did. Go ahead, bro.
In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die.
We seem to die because why? Because you churchgoers look at us and you believe in, like the brother brought out, mentioned that the truth shall make you free. Because the 2/3 you're in slavery. You're in slavery to hell. You think that there's a mystical place that you're gonna go and you're gonna burn for eternal fire and get tormented forever in existence, which takes away mercy. And the scriptures tell you that the Most High is a merciful power. He extends mercy. So you're in subjection to hell. They think that we're gonna go to hell. That's how that read that part again, bro.
In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die.
We seem to die because you think that we're gonna be put to death and go to hell because of what we're teaching. Because you say we're teaching hate. You say that we're teaching lies, but we're really teaching you the truth. Go ahead.
And their departure is taken for misery, and they're going from us to be utter destruction.
Right, because they say God gonna destroy y'all. God gonna get y'all. That's what they say. You know, your family members, they don't like you. They give you hell for going out and teaching. Go ahead.
But they are in peace.
We're at peace. Why? Because we know the truth. The Most High has given us the understanding from the beginning and how it's gonna end out. How it's gonna end up playing out. So we're at peace. So when it comes a time where a brother has to be put to death, we're at peace with that. Why? Because we have when the Most High knocked, He allowed us to answer that calling. Revelations 3:19. Go ahead.
So like to prove that, you know, when the men of the Lord died, that they're basically in peace. What happened when Saul tried to conjure up Samuel?
A man in peace. What he said to him, bro?
He said, why you didn't despite it? Or if you wouldn't have despised me, I would have been at peace. I would have been rested. I would have been chilling with him. You know?
Got up and told him to shut up. Yeah. You know anybody yelled at him.
For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
Right. Faith.
And having been a little chastised,
a little chastisement, a little affliction here, a little tribulation, a little infirmities, body aches and all that stuff. It's a little bit, we suffer that. Go ahead.
They shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself.
Right, which is why they're going to receive crowns on their head, palms in their hand. Go ahead.
As gold in the furnace have ye tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
Right, he's going to make them shine. They're going to receive, brothers going to receive that spiritual power. He's going to magnify them on the earth. Matter of fact, just go ahead.
They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people.
Right, they're gonna be ruling. They're gonna be the heads of the whole nation. They're gonna be sitting on those 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel with crowns on their heads. And that's a beautiful thing. And that me personally, that's the one desire that I think about all the time. And hope that the Most High allow me to partake in it. As well as these brothers, I know it's the same for brothers too. Go ahead.
And their Lord shall reign forever. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he had care for his elect.
That's right. He had care for his elect. So grace and mercy awaits his elect. And that's why we come out here and do this work. Because we know, like I said, we know how this thing ends. There's the elect in the 1/3 on the righteous side, on the right hand, and on the left hand side is given over to Satan for judgment. So we know how this thing plays out. So what we do, we pray to the Most High, keep His Spirit on us to serve Him faithfully to the end. That's it.
Read that next verse too.
Verse 10, but the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord.
Right.
That's on the flip side. The righteous, we read about what's going to happen with the righteous, but on the flip side, for the wicked, this is what's going to happen to you. Yeah.
Your worst imaginations are going to come.
See, those men that died in me, they present their bodies as a living sacrifice, but their end is scepter and thrones and a crown of righteousness. But for you, you got missile fire, you got torment. That's why it says in Wisdom of Solomon 12, which I brought out last week. Hey, y'all, go to that. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 22.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12 and verse 22. Therefore, whereas thou hast chastened us, thou scourgest our enemies 1,000 times more.
Yeah. They're gonna get even harsh judgment. You're gonna die. The wicked are gonna die harsh or worse than the elect that have to die. The saint must know it after death by pain. Go ahead.
To the intent that when we judge, we should carefully think of thy goodness, and when we ourselves are judged, we should look for mercy.
Shall look for mercy. Going back to what you read in Wisdom of Solomon 4, the Lord have care and mercy for His elect. See? But what about the 2/3? He said He gonna scourge their ass 1,000 times worse. I don't want to experience whatever the Lord got in store for these niggas. I don't want to experience that.
I don't have to go through that to know what that's about, to not want to do.
Exactly.
I'm
Just reading about it.
Yeah,
That's enough.
I've seen his handy, bro.
It's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the Son. That judgment is nothing that you want to take part in. That's why terror, terror, men are persuaded. But the terror of the Most High. I got some. Big T has some.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Right, because years ago, a man of color or when you were Negroes of color, you couldn't stand in the so-called white man's kingdom and talk about him. But he would get the Black Panthers got taken down, Muslims got taken down. You couldn't do that. But the times we're in now, the Most High has put the bold men that are servants of His to go out there and prophesy the downfall of this man's kingdom, and to expose him for who he is, and let you know that hand is on that hill to bring you down. Your kingdom is going down, and in straight boldness we come out on the street corners and prophesy and proclaim that. And we praise Yahweh by Shem Yahushai at the same time.
Right. And made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Right, because they know, the elites, they know what the scriptures say. Even though they think they're going to be upset, the scripture's going to be upset, they think that their kingdom shall go on forever. but you can look and see that they know that the prophecies are happening too. So you're gonna freak out because you know it's represents you going down and Jacob going up. You know, our kingdom is the beginning of it that follows the downfall of your kingdom.
You shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision.
Right. This is the one that we had in subjection and derision and following our false philosophies. You telling me that they got pulled out from underneath our vibration and got under a righteous vibration? So they're the ones who's getting delivered up out of here? Go ahead.
And a proverb, a reproach, we fools accounted his life madness,
right,
and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High? And his lot is among the saints.
Right. Because they try their best to demonize us. The whole world think that the people see us and they don't see that's righteous men. They don't say that that's men of the Most High they set up to come out here and teach and let us listen. So they're not gonna agree with that. They're gonna say, oh man, these men are the ones that are being saved out of here. These men were right. You at least you got hell to pay. Most High got special. You're not even gonna die on this side. You're gonna get ushered directly in. You know what I'm saying? Directly in, like you know, like that kid that they got in trouble at school. One parent come in there, going off on that kid. Then the other kid's parent come in there, ain't no going off. They carried him away. Like, you ain't about to see what I'm about to do to him. I got something special for his ass when he get home. But that's how the Most High, the angels are the men of the Lord are gonna come and shackle you up. It's something special. This death ain't enough. Dying in with these missiles. You have more?
Therefore we have erred from the way of the truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. Right. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through the deserts. Where there lay no way, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it.
Right, two-thirds. You have not known it. You've erred from the way of truth. Because the truth is right here, ready available for you. Whether you see a brother on the street or you click on YouTube, you can see it. You know, by the way of the internet. The Most High is broadcasting the words going all four corners. And you erred by not hearkening. But like we read earlier in Isaiah, you wasn't going to hearken. That wasn't presented for you to have understanding. You're blocked. You have a spiritual block for you to get this understanding. So we got it ties up to how according to the world we look like we're so negative and all the things that are wrong with us, you know, but in the eyes of the Heavenly Father, it's an honor and the things that He chose us to do. All right, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, I'm start with verse 9. Verse 9. For I think that the Most High has set forth us the apostles last, as if we're appointed to death. Right? That's a kill type of deal. The spirit of wicked people saying about the righteous people. Saying something negative gonna happen to us. Right? It says, ties into what the brother read, because we err not knowing the truth or the way of righteousness, or the way of the soul, right? It says, for we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. For we are fools for Yahweh's sake, but we are wise in Yahweh. We are weak, but we are strong. We are honorable, but we are despised. The difference of the Most High looking at us and Yahweh judging us is all the positives that I'm reading in this list versus the negatives that the people of the world that don't know are looking at us. They look at us with a negative eye. Okay?
It says that what? It says that you are despised.
I'm reading it with we're fools for Yahweh,
but we are wise in Yahweh. We are weak, but we are strong. We are honorable, but we are despised.
Yeah. Basically, from the perspective of the world, you know, we're something to be despised. Because like it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, the same way that the wicked scribes and Pharisees view Yahweh Shai. Well, he's not for our turn. This guy, he lives a whole nother fashion. You know,
contrary to our ways.
It's contrary to our doings.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be that way. So they think our end is to be without honor. You know, they're gonna die a horrible death. You know, nobody gonna talk about them in the near future.
Prophecy ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, just on and on.
Yeah.
And they also, when they see that the Most High has afflicted a brother outwardly, and they see it, they try to blame that on because of what we believe.
Because y'all in that cult.
Yeah, you in that cult, you ain't serving Jesus. You know, that's sort of madness, man. So they think that, oh, that's God punishing me. Not understanding that that's an honorable affliction, because he's dealing with you as a child, as a son,
like chastening you.
To
refer
correcting you. Right. When you ain't getting that correction because he don't give a damn about you. You know, when you was a kid, you're raised in the right household, and your parents set rules, and then you come home and you violate a rule, and then you say, oh, well, my buddy next door, the neighbor, his parents let him do that. And your parents like, I don't give a damn what he do. If they come home and you in the house doing something with your friends you ain't supposed to be doing, they get to whooping your ass. They're not gonna touch the neighbor's kid. They can do whatever they want. I don't give a damn about him. I told you not to do this, so I'm gonna punish you. You know what I'm saying? For the shit that I told you not to do, that I found you doing. You know, he's gonna bruise our backside for that. Same thing with the Most High. He's gonna chasten and correct those that he loves. And the ones he don't, he let them go off, continue doing what the hell they gonna do. He's gonna get judged later.
Hey, prime example, Yahweh Shai. Yeah. Before he came as Yahweh Shai, what did he do to cause those stripes? We go back to when Nathan basically told David about Solomon, about, you know, if he goes wrong, if he transgress, I'm gonna chastise him with the stripes of me. Yahweh Shai ended up receiving those stripes. So does that mean because he took the ass kicking of Israel upon himself? Does that make him wicked? Does that mean that his end was dishonorable? No.
But it was fair.
He has the most honorable, you know, death. You know, he became a sacrifice.
Oh, but yeah, when he came back, he's the sacrificial lamb, and he received that judgment. He accepted that, even though he was righteous on the earth when he came as himself as Yahweh Shai.
And then after that, what happened? He got glorified. You know, so you don't think that, you know, if one of us have to go through that we won't be glorified after that?
Hey, he came as an example of what a man that attempts to live righteously can achieve. Hey, hit this quick real quick. I got to back.
Right. Hebrews chapter 7, verse 27. Who needed not daily as those high priests.
But because this is our highest priest, Yahweh Shai, that the priesthood was on the devil.
To offer up sacrifice first for his own sins.
For his own way, Yahweh Shai didn't sin anything for his own sins. Going back to the brother said in the prophecy, to King David about Solomon. Okay? That the stripes of Solomon actually came on Yahweh Shai. Watch what I'm saying.
That makes it slightly chime in. That's how important reincarnation is. Right. If you don't understand reincarnation, you can't possibly understand scripture. Right. Somebody in the world, they'll just swing it what they think that meant. It's actually it actually symbolizes something. Right. Reincarnation is how that those stripes came upon Solomon. But as Yahweh Shai.
Watch how I say it.
First for his own sins, and then for the people's.
But first,
for this he did once, when he offered up himself
So when he took the offer of himself as a sacrifice, first for his own sins as Solomon, then for the people. So he took that hard ass with him, man. We gotta get hard. But what happened after that? He got that glory. Okay? So he took the stripes of Solomon, which was the sins that he had upon himself, that he hadn't got paid, because Solomon didn't take the stripes of men. That was a prophecy. But then he also was offered up for the people. Look how bad a punishment he got. We look at something like the Passion of Christ movie, right? That was tough, but that wasn't shit compared to what he really went through. You know? So, let's go to another precept I was thinking. I gotta get it now, so luckily then I'll go back. 1 Peter chapter 4, I'm gonna start up with 12, but the point is in 13 and 14, it says, Beloved, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Yahweh's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. Right? It says, if ye be reproached for the name of Yahweh, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of the Most High resteth upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. Okay? Because he died with the stripes of men, so it's like, it's another nigga that died. But no, this was special, what happened to Yahweh, and it's special what's going to happen to the men, whether it be the martyrdom or that died in Yahweh. Okay? Because that glory is going to be extra when it comes to that.
Hey, that's why Stephen was comforted, you know, after he got done cutting up, the wicked niggas. He saw the heaven opened up, and he saw the glory of Yahweh shine.
It took you to the story as he looked up.
He was put down as a martyr in the sight of the Most High and Yahweh. The Most High looked down on him like, that's a faithful servant. Because he didn't punk out. He went hard on him and told him. And to the point where they all laid on him. You know?
So that was the moment what thou shalt speak in that breath for I will later. That's an example of that when that day comes. And look what happened to him. Right? Because when we get brought up before these judges and all of that, before thrones and judges or whatever, the word's going to be put in our mouth to tell them what to speak. Don't meditate on what to speak. I'm going to give you that very hour what to speak. That's what Stephen did.
And if I'm not mistaken, Stephen, he asked the Most High not to lay the charge to them. They know not what they do. Because Paul was in the audience. Paul was going to be grafted in and be what? A light to the Gentiles. And he himself was going to suffer great things. You know, get that, bro. Acts 14 and 22.
Let me wrap up verse 11. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 11. Even to this present hour, we both hunger and thirst and are naked. This is all the sorrowful things that the world look at us with, but we take this fiery trial as part of the suffering of Yahweh and honor and glory, because we make it through. Right?
And even Paul said, I bear in this body the marks of Yahweh Shai. Meaning what? It's parabolic of the sufferings. The affliction. And he's the only apostle that can say, how many of y'all have died in the truth? I bet none of y'all died for this truth. I did.
And continue.
Continue to do the work.
It says, even until the present hour, we both hunger and thirst and are naked and are buffeted and have no certain dwelling place. And I'm excited to have a place to lay his head. That's part of the sufferings that we deal with in the glory comes. Because we didn't actually eat. And they were working with our own hands, being reviled, being blessed, being persecuted, we suffering, being defamed, being treated. We are made as the filth of the world and the offspring of all things unto this day. That's why the other time, because as we're looked at as filth of the world, and looked but that in dishonor we are honored and glory of the Heavenly Father and Yahweh. It says, verse 14, it says, I write not these things to shame you, but as my beloved sons, I warn you. And that's also why people that can't, this is the trials that those that are meant for the sin, that are called but not chosen, why they fall out, because they can't deal with that. Or they can't deal with that hardship or that straight gate to walk. Yep.
Ecclesiasticus 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
So he said, make you come serve the Lord, prepare your heart for all the different temptations that come your way. It's to set your mind aright, or you get your mind in the right state, get in the right spirit to get ready to suffer. Yeah, good.
And make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave
Don't be
unto
so
him.
quick to get out of shit, man. Let's not breeze over that too fast. Don't be, because a lot of jacks do that. It wasn't me. You always want to hurry up and get out of stuff. Don't be so quick to get out of it, man. Deal with it, learn from it, and grow from it, and then it'll pass.
Right.
You know?
Because the one who put you in it is the one that's gonna get you out of it.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna put nothing on you that you can't handle. He'll make a way for you to bear it, then you may escape from it. So just so get the spiritual growth from it.
And don't let any outside thing cause you to make an impulsive or emotional decision rather than a spiritual decision.
Right. That's an excellent point.
And the elder Ariana in Dallas, he stressed that all the time. Man. You know, it's about your mindset. You know, be spiritual, man. Think spiritual.
Because if you thinking hasty, you trying to make a call off of your emotions and your feelings, man, that could be detrimental to the body, man. You know, that could put brothers in worse situations, man.
You gotta be able to recognize which one you're making.
Right.
You gotta be able to recognize that. You know, this is purpose, or I'm not just making an emotional decision.
Right.
You know, it takes practice to know the difference too.
Usually an emotional decision comes right away. That first thought comes right.
Hasty, fleshly instinct.
Exactly.
You know,
that carnalness kicks in, and then you got to combat that with something spiritual. So you got to sit back and ponder on that, and then you got to make a spiritual decision, because that spirit is going to weed out all that carnal decision. It's going to read out that that fleshly decision that you make. When you ponder on, what we think about it.
And if you don't know what, let me say this, if you don't know what to think, a good thing to do is, what in the scriptures is similar to this or happened like this, and what happened at the end of that situation. So that's why we keep the things that are written aforetime are written for our learning. So we can go back and find occasions, well, this happened to this man, and it didn't come out well, or it did come out well, right? Depending on the situation, and you learn, okay, well, it didn't work for him, why would it work for me? Or it worked because he did this, let me make a decision to do like this.
Search the scriptures. Yep. And then you might have hope.
Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Like the brother just said, look in the scriptures. Cleave unto him. So if something happens, cleave unto the Most High. How you cleave unto him? Search out the word.
You're comforted with that.
The scriptures say, blessed is he who readeth. So you can get the answer right there. Or pray. Pray on it. Pray on it, talk to the Most High. You ain't understanding something. You need guidance and instruction. Or you can talk to a brother. Get wise counsel.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient without or change to a lower state.
Right, so when you get in a situation, when you're in a lower state, you know what I'm saying? Take it cheerfully. Brother Crowder was saying this when we was parked at the parking lot. He was saying, praise the Most High, even when you get good things happening to you and bad things happening to you. Yep. Take a second and praise the Most High for that. Because that's what the Most High is showing you, that he loves you. Go ahead.
For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Right, when you take gold, when gold is extracted out of the earth, it has impurities in it. So when you light that fire under it, what it does, purges out those infirmities purges out those the uncleanness of it. Then it'll be able to shine like a precious metal. Go ahead.
Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him.
Right. Keep going.
Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside lest ye fall.
Yeah, at least she falls. Don't go aside. Don't go the carnal way. Stay in that straight gate. Enter in that straight gate and stay on that righteous path, that narrow path. Go ahead.
Verse 8. He that fears the Lord, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, for everlasting joy and mercy.
Done.
Look at the generations of old and see if ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded.
Was any? All the examples we got, it's like, go ahead.
That's a rhetorical question. The answer is no, man.
Yeah.
If you trust in the Lord, hey, and as the brother said, we got countless accounts, man. Yeah. You know, and that's also written in the book of First Maccabees, man. It said whoever trusted in him were confounded, man. You know, the answer is no, man. You go into Shadrach, Meshach, and you go David, you go into Maccabees brothers, Daniel. You go on and on and on, man. You know, the Lord, those that are abiding in the shadow of the Almighty, man, they're not forsaken. You know, when you're the Lord's, and when we're the Lord's, man, it's, hey, he's gonna lift up the standard for you, man. He's gonna do what he has to do in order for you to make it, man.
Let me say this. Let me say this. See, and the Lord, he's looking for the type of trust and loyalty from his people that dogs have for their masters. Remember that joke that Patrice O'Neal said about his dogs?
Yeah,
How did it go? You remember how it went? Where he basically was talking about how I love my wife, but I love my dogs. See, my wife, you know, she I don't know how he said it verbatim.
He goes, I know exactly. I love this.
Go ahead.
He said, I love my wife, but I love my dog. He said, because my dogs, they need me, but they don't act like they don't.
Yeah.
Right.
But they don't act like they don't. And they're saying a lot without saying. Basically, a woman is like, she knows she needs you, but she don't act, but she act like she don't.
She act like you ain't shit.
You ain't shit. Nigga, you ain't shit. I am. You know.
Yeah.
But the dogs, they're like, ooh, I wanna love you. You're so good. You probably do what the dog needs you for, to feed you, whatever. The dog will come over and cuddle with you and love you and everything else and truly appreciate you. The woman don't act like that.
Right.
And that was pretty much the joke that he did, you know.
So you tie it in with those men that are not forsaken. They have that same attitude and loyalty of like the dogs do. You know? They know we need the Most High to deliver us out of our afflictions. We know we can't trust man to do it.
Right.
We need the Most High. We need Yahweh Shai, man.
And a dog can't, they can't brown nose, they can't fake the funk. They can't hide the joy they have when they see their master. They come running, you gotta, dog gets coming and licking on you and jumping on you. They can't hold that back. Dog ain't come around the corner and see you and be like, you know what I'm saying? Dog gonna run onto you. He can't help it, he can't hold it. Same thing with the Most High's elect. We can't help it. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother said, you can't. We know that we need Him. We know that everything exists and everything that we have is because of Him. And we know that ain't no faking about that. And you don't take on the glory on yourself. You praise the Most High. You know.
Yeah, when you give the Most High that feeling, like I know that they need me and they appreciate me and they can rely upon me. You damn right I'm a deliver them. You damn right I'm a save them, man. I am going to answer when they cry unto me. You know?
The Most High gives you got the love, the right love you're supposed to have for the Most High. Little enjoyments gives you get hype about it. You know what I'm saying? Like the other day, I was washing clothes. I had my clothes in my hamper or whatever, and at the end of the week I go to wash it. You know what I'm saying? And some just told me to run through the pockets. I don't really do that. I run through, and there was a little bit of money. Like, oh damn! Praise the Most High. You praise the Most High for a little joy like that. You know what I'm saying? I got a big wallet, and I got little hidden compartments. I ran through it. There was $100 in there. Don't tell her how long that money been in there. You know what I'm saying? $100. You know what I'm saying? It ain't thousands. But it's like, oh shit, man, you can't allow y'all about you can't help it. You just praise them on sight.
I want to say this, and even better than that feeling, the greatest feeling in this truth is finding the scripture. Nothing better than finding the scripture. But you been looking for it every month sometimes. Oh, this is it. The brother brought it out. That's like the greatest feeling. You will. Ask anybody in the truth that's been in this thing. That's like one of the great, when you find exactly that phrase, you see a man, you see a grown ass man, ear to ear, you know, smiling, man, just because that's
You
the
hurry
joy.
up and put that highlighter.
Yeah, when you get that up, you jot it down, like whatever.
Hurry up and write that down so I don't ever lose it again.
He knew I was needing this, and he let me run into it. You know?
I start praising the Most High. Yeah, that's whenever doing that.
I'm waiting on the dark to come. It ain't coming today.
Yeah, whatever y'all can end it off, we can end it off.
Yeah, no, I was just reading this down to 14.
Verse 10. Sirach 2 and 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
No. The scriptures tell you the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. And so if the Most High give you the knowledge and you have that fear of him, he's gonna protect you. He's gonna protect you. Why? Because you're righteously serving him. He's giving you the knowledge, the ways to serve him, what the things to do, what things not to do. So, you know, you live within that fear of him, he's gonna protect you. He's not gonna let you be confounded. Right?
On whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful.
Right, so even if you make mistakes, the scriptures tell you, you know, one of you brothers, you know what I said, but it tells you, let not your sins lift themselves up, and let not your sins weigh you down. Roughly paraphrasing, meaning, if you find yourself, you did something wrong, don't let that hold you down. Don't let that weigh you down and you get down on yourself in the spirit. You know, you repent for it and you make a conscious effort to not allow that to happen to yourself again. Right?
And forgiveth sins and saveth in the time of affliction.
Right. Because the Most High, he is long-suffering. He is merciful. You know? Right?
Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways.
Right. The flip side of that. Those who get faint-hearted and they fall out, or they lose the faith because the Most High didn't have them going through this thing to the end. Right?
Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not.
Woe unto him that is faint-hearted. I mean, you got you're not loyal. You're not fully committed. You don't have a foundation. You're not rooted in this truth. So things start happening to you. You can't help it. You blame the Most High. You're not seeing it in a spiritual way, so you fall away.
Yeah. You can't have that attitude of, well, I've been praying, but he ain't been answering. When you have that attitude, you just asking for it, man. You know, you just asking for it. Now the Lord is like, you know what? Just because you have that mentality, I'm not going. I'm just leave you to your device, man.
Yeah.
You know, because now you're casting doubt. Now you it's as if you're taking away the power of the Most High, man. To the Most High, he acts when he's ready to act. You ain't in control of anything, man. The Lord wants you to have patience. So that's what you got to do. You got to endure it, man. Yep. You know, Jacob act like the Most High needs to cater to their needs you know, immediately.
Yeah, I would say,
Just like
yeah,
the people in this world. You know, the Lord, he ain't answering me right now. So.
I pray to the Most High, so He should act on it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and that's this, you know, that short attention span. This new generation, they always feel like things got to happen so quick and fast. That lets you know that you really don't have endurance, man. Your patience is very weak. The Lord throws something at you that's, you know, is kind of light, you know, a little bit of adversity, and you're willing to just bow out like, man, I can't. You know, this ain't for me, man. Well, the scriptures say, you know, which your brother don't read it, but woe unto you that are faint-hearted, man. Well, if you can't hold out for me, then what makes you think that, you know, when it comes time to bless you and reward you?
James 1:4, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
Start at 2.
No, that's James 1:2. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into divers temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
So, Brother read 1 Peter 4 and 12 or 13, which you read earlier.
But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
Patience represents your suffering. And your suffering and your patience possesses your soul. Go ahead.
If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not.
He upbraideth not. So you wait on it. You wait on what you pray for. Like the brother said, he said somebody might pray, and since that prayer ain't answered in a timely manner, then they bring forth doubt in the Most High. You ain't supposed to do that. You're supposed to pray and wait. Go ahead.
And this shall be given him, but let him ask in faith, nothing wavering.
Right, ask in faith, nothing wavering. You can't pray and then wonder if the Most High gonna do it for you. You know, even if that fleshly thought comes upon yourself, you combat that. Like, no. Yep, like you said he upbraided not. So you know what? I'm gonna just pray. I prayed on it and leave it to him and his time. And then you gotta pray that the Most High put the Spirit on you to have the patience to wait on him. Because he does things at his time frame, not yours.
Hey, sometimes you'll pray for a thing, and then afterwards you won't even think nothing of it. It's like you forgot what you prayed for, and then it happens, and then you be like, oh, I prayed for that, you know? That can happen.
And then it's important for you to pray for spiritual prayers, for spiritual things. Because sometimes the Most High just ain't gonna give you what you prayed for. You might feel that it ain't worth for you, it ain't for you to have. So you gotta accept that too. There's things that I have prayed for that ain't came to pass, and then I just have to file it under. Maybe the Most High don't have that for me, you know, or maybe I just have to wait longer for it. But that's just the way it is. So you can't waver with your prayers, you know. You can't waver when you speak and talk to the Most High for things. You gotta just wait. Scriptures say, "Wait thee upon me." Wait thee upon me for when he answers your prayers. Wait thee upon him for when he rises up for the prayer. You know, it's a patience thing, man.
Well, patience possesses your soul.
Because patience means to suffer.
Yep. Sirach 2 and 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended.
Not be defended. Meaning when those, because I look at it like this, man. Everybody that's like the 2/3 and the 1/3 the elect, right? Right now, what we do, we come out and do this work, and we're storing up spiritual treasures, right? Those spiritual treasures, you got a spiritual bank, and and every time you put forth the plow, your hands to the plow, serve the Most High, you get these spiritual treasures. But the 2/3, you're running up a tab. There's a tab of your wickedness. The angels are recording the tab. Everything you do is get put on that tab. And you got an open tab until the time of mercy is closed. Give some mercy closed, and then guess what happens? It's time to pay the tab. So when these death angels get released out there, those who have the tawaf, those who have that mark of exemption, the angel gonna come, oh yeah, he got the spiritual coins to get him out of this danger. But the next dude, he ain't got nothing in his bank. He got a tab. So guess what? Judgment. He get his head cut off. So there's coming a time when the Lord's wrath comes, those who have the spiritual coins will have the spiritual bank account to get them through everything that's going to be taking place out there. And those who got a tab, a running tab, guess what? You have to pay that tab. The cost of that tab is your life.
That's what you're saying, right? And those that just keep running wickedness and fool, charging it, right? Yep. Keep charging. Hey, you ain't got enough money to pay for that.
Right.
Right now,
Pay the tab today.
No time to go.
Good.
You know, they run out of credit. Their credit line is no good to the most high require they sold today.
So anybody got anything else?
Nah, I ain't got it.
Got something else? All right. With that, we'll bring camp to a close. We say, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, striving for salvation during these electrifying times. Shalom.
Shalom.